focus on learning the Bible, but it didn't matter small. Thank you. Before I say anything, I want to recognize few persons who are now with us today. The last time I came to Yahweh Messon, I was here with women Robert too. I remember that night, it was the run-up of the campaign. We went in the mail hall down there. Today he's not here with us. When I came, I was graduating myself on two different sides. But I went to a house. You know, he was a soft diplomat. So you couldn't see that difference in him. We were on different sides, supporting President Bwanga, Vice President, he supporting former President. But I sat down to a house, we ate and all. And then I went to do my campaign while he went to do it home. Today he's not here with us. When I came that day, I had my big brother and father with me. Senator Johnson is not also here. The three of them, please give me 1 minute of time by standing. That's what I do. Thank you. Please have your seat. And wheresoever they are, I know they are looking down on ice. And know that today we are in Yahweh Messon. You know, every time on a major trip like this, not camping, sorry. On a thank you tour like this, after campaign, you come to tell the people thank you. And some of the people you voted for not standing here. It softens my heart, especially Senator Johnson, because he myself went everywhere in the country together. Senator Johnson campaigned in 2023, like the way he campaigned, he never campaigned in the country before. I remember 2014 we were campaigning for him. We came through Yahweh Messon. We go all the way to Tafeta. We were going great. At the same time, let's go to Booyah. You think about that, put it before. Let's go Ghana. The election finish. And every time you are in election, you don't visit the big city. You know, if I was going in, I think 4 weeks or so, the elders in the town that morning, when our car got stuck, so we slept there. The chief elder said, you know why your car got stuck like that? We said, no, he didn't, because you want to border. Why would he get the car for? And they brought one sheep for him. And they said, so you know, why you wasting your time passing in the bush? The way you come here, so don't come again until the next 9 years. And for sure, they will always vote for him. They did it because he stood for Nima at the time. Nima needed men to stay. And so that's why I tell people, pre-Johnson thing where he called himself Godfather, he get our name to himself. Because of the way the Nima people honor him. That spirit, that respect he carries, none of our God grace. God gave people different grace. And that's why when pre-Johnson supported all of us from District 1 all the way. We all won in 2011. He lifted my hand, Ganta, I won. He lifted Prince of my hand, Sanikoli, he won. He lifted Ulahe in Campley, he won. Garrison here in Berriga, he won. Across the country, Richard Toy, all of us. To what was saying that was hard. Because in the morning, you ain't not do nothing else without a fire. And when you're not strong, you will get out. All my friends left, but I saw one thing in him. I said, man, say I'm very right. I see he get Lord to say he can't eat it one or he can't do it one. I see rope on his waist. I see some kind of ring on his hand to say, my man, they my thing I got my hand ring where I can touch it also. The man fought the whole war. Nothing happened to him. He came back. The people overwhelmingly voted for him with $5 in his pocket. Children go to you for school fee. Before you get it, I don't want to pay your school fee. You're into the school, I'll be gather. They will live in anger. Those very many are living in anger. You father, they pay us their school fee. Tomorrow when preachers they tell them what will cost you, they say they hear the paper talking. It got to be grace. It was not normal. It was God anointing on him. And if you wanted to benefit from that anointing, then you needed to go on air. And when you go on air, before you fall on your head, plenty things can happen. They can come your head. Too many things can happen. At the time, most of the people you see in Nima today that got problem with me and them got no personal issue. I will not call someone that name. But most of the confusion between me and them are previously building. Because when previously finish go make power with you, I say that the place when the confusion gets serious, they say now, they will get in the plow. And after the plow, they see many people who got in that. And the kind of men were dealing with somebody who fought war, fire come from Mutu to Morovia. That man, someday he wake up from the dinner, he can come back to him. When he come back to him, he can talk some kind of thing. And that's why many people didn't know the secret between me and him. One time there was confusion in the caucus. Tuna, myself, one side, previously one side. Previously and funds were one side. And with one side, the confusion was all over for county city. The elders from Nima called. Now when the music I was playing, when Morris King made that music. So the group was the chairman at the time, the caucus. The elder said, get the chairmanship back to Senator Johnson. The people were giving that chairmanship crying. We all them are men. The people really talking, they give it to the man. They gave it to him. The people took the man and said, when the man came, you will still clap your hand. I wanted the man, the child. And so the Nima people really love him. And because they love him, and all that thing he had in him, everybody thought I was stupid, but I was behind you. I was behind you. I understood him. When he and myself talk in the morning, so now before I leave, all the things we agree on, he now talk differently on the radio in the afternoon. Then I got to go there in the area and say, Babe, how you tell him why I say, he said, but I don't know, I said, go by there. He said, okay, leave it, I will handle it myself. One day he called me, he said, Jerry, that time he now called me, he called my mom, he called my whole family. So I was fed that day, I went home and sat down. 2 days later, he said, the stupid? I said, yes, sir. Nothing happened. So I went to his house, he said, my son, let me tell you something. You see, a fire gone from Utu to Morovia. I was not playing. People die. He said, you not kill cow before they not lay cow down, you call it neck before. I said, no. He said, they put cow down, they tie and you call it neck, you see the blood. You will not sleep you. I'm talking about human being. All I want to happen with me. So some days, no thing can come. When it come, I will say something to you. I mean it. But when I say that thing to you, and it go down, okay now, then you go on the radio, you tell your own. If I come by and say sorry, if I keep saying sorry, the post says something wrong with my head. So I got to find something, a story to fit on that thing I tell you to keep it. So every time I say something to you, just leave it, myself will come out and fix it. And so 2020, the man of my campaign gave me message, it go 20. Somebody not tell me that they're going to think about me. The man just calling me, no, never. That whole night he called me in the morning. And he said to have press conference in the afternoon. He said, 3 o'clock, I'll get up now, have press conference. And I'm supposed to the man again. And we attack the man. Luckily around the church in Go 20, never can count on there. I swear, I just see my phone, wait. I said, don't call me plenty though. I put it through my ear. I said, anyway, you come around now. Oh, I in the middle of camping for me to have a car. He said, not car, call press conference 3 o'clock. I said, I'm on my way. I started running in town. I ran my rover when I got gathered at the chair on my way. I'm going down, I was late. It's okay to run to the when the river background, everybody very yellow, everybody shut right there. We got there. Then he asked me the thing where he thought I want to happen here. When he asked me, I said, but she will tell you that one. He said, river, where he said, shut up. Where I said, I said, she not true. They said, but I was like, yeah. He said, but I see her, maybe I call him by But before that time, before I left he finished calling the radio. Cherry that criminal. Yeah, that. Oh, that. Everybody called me in the morning, but you gotta respond. I said, you need that mail, nobody respond. The next day, he called the radio. He said, Jerry is a lawyer's son. He's very obedient. He's a very good man. So he said, listen. And because I knew that's how I work with him successfully. So anytime he attack, I really got ready to get away from him. When he get okay, I go back. Okay, my son, thank you. We're campaigning. I want to talk about it today. Yeah. We're campaigning, we got to Gombu Bowaibri. In that time, on got there, Gombu now member, you're not supposed to be on in the hour 2023. And the Babylon town came, that 12 hours set and lead the man. Don't let the man who here, family here, so don't say anything negative about the man. He said, okay. I went and sat down. The time came, I finished all my own. I said, bring the man. He started attacking the man. The player said, now I want to run for the town. He attacked the man till the man found the poor. I think they got vexed. Who were leaving the town, they start choking rattle. The car, the children right, they pass the car with shit. I wait in front, he behind me. Then the car stopped. And luckily for us, we had a small Chinese walkie-talkie. We only got out. He had someone that saw the alcohol. He took it, he loaded it, he started walking in the town. The children called me and started running, coming from my car. I ran in front of him. And I know when many prayed, I didn't make it going here. I ran, I hit the chest. I said, Senator! And he stood up. And they said, they came today. These people are your people. He said, I think you and the other back. You're not serious about it like that. Thank you. He said, I want you and the other back. You're not serious about it like that. You're telling me I'll leave it. And you're not the people were intimidated up. When I talked to him, he came down. All the children came around, he came down. When we got to the next time to talk to the people, as soon as we sat down, he called me and said, Jerry, come. Thank you. I'm going to keep doing that time today. He said, if I'm going to keep going today, then all of the election. Because the boy are going to grab me and jail me, I will now be senator again. Thank you, my son. I said this to say this, the guy, if I talk about previous year, we'll talk until Christ come. But this is the guy I tell me. And I'm happy that I work with him. Because I see any human being in the world that will give me hard again equal to prisoners. No human being. So now when the previously working talk, and President Baka will get talk. Who is very humble, beyond humble. How you not making it proud? And that's why I work with the president the way I work with him. The president is a father figure. I don't see him as president for me. I see him as a father. We can be in meeting, President Baka look at me, yell at me. Get outside, I will go outside. Because it's a father figure. So when the children older than me, so I want to thank Senator Johnson in your grave I know it was tough, but God had training. You know when you live with your parents sometimes, and you got a man who can beat you. Or you go live with your uncle or your auntie when they whip you. They used to beat you when you are small. When you get big and you succeed, when they come to her, they say, see, if I'm not going to beat you that time, you are not going to be a good human being. If you get beat, nothing can order you, they say, that the same thing I was beating you for because I knew that how you were going to end up. But I say to say that I'm grateful to Senator Johnson today, tomorrow, until I meet him where he is. God first, and name my people second. President Baka third, and him. If it wasn't for him, I will not be here. You know, there are destiny helpers in everybody's life. There are people who comes to play a role in your life. They play that role, they leave. Another person will pick it up and continue. Senator Johnson helped me in politics all my elections. My first time shaking Prince Johnson was 2011. I went for him. I was small boy during the war. When he was fighting our way in Passa, I saw him one time when he came to Tusa, I think 91, 92. I was a kid. When Chancellor said the kid Prince Johnson a body was in Tusa Hospital, Prince Johnson left a call where he came for a body. I was picking in the hospital that day. I'm carrying my head. I just saw him walking in the hospital. Where my body? Where my body? My friend has seen him. The other time I saw him was doing the capital, and but I go close to him. 2011, I was having my rally in Kanta at Avino Hotel. And Nima Kokos have gone to Kanta for meeting, and they were previously was stopping. All the crowd, he said, who wanted to say I want to play your coin? When I went there, he said, my son, I'm running for president. And so I want to be representative on my ticket. I will talk with my friend that went with me so we can make a decision. I went to my man, Kira Drubakaya, Nelly Brian. The man said, my man, why are you talking so high? You going to bring your ticket? Hey, kind of thing. I said, German, everybody there local. Me, y'all go in your different party, but I will be with him, man. I took a decision. He lifted my hand, I won. 2017, he lifted my hand, I won. Right after the election, I told the people, I got that, thank you, that I'm not running again, and I want to be represented again. One morning, I said that he called me, where are you? I said, I'm home. He said, come. I went there, he said, get prepared to run for Senate, for the Senate. I said, my baby. He called the radio in Nima, he announced it. We went inside, I won. Eh? When I won the Senate, I said, thank you. They play arena, I play arena, I can't buy it. Let me go do my different thing. I went to China, I brought motorbike, different thing there for representing them. All the representatives were crediting for my wife, and you know. One morning the man called me again, he said, my man, where are you? I said, I hear you. He said, come. Get ready to run for president. I'm the president for wedding. He said, for that bureau. I said, hey, baby, wait till that one for the And you know, he said, I'm going to turn over the party to you. You will be the standard bearer. I will support you. I ran 2 times for president. I'll make it. I got to turn over the baton. And I believe you can make it. I said, baby, I can't make it. I want to think talking and repeating. While talking, to call the story long, to call the story short, President Baga called me. He said, Mama, I want to see you. I went to your house. And previously, when you're living, all the security people, anywhere you go, security men will call you and say, man, Jackie, so I knew it. So So when I enter President Bwagaya, while waiting for him to get me in, I text him first. If I in the now, I'm around 1 o'clock in the morning. I text him. I just send
and so that's it here. 107.9 FM. This is how we like to welcome you guys to the Heat Hour show here this evening. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue in our confrontation. We say words and
everyday party for whole night.
TK, good evening. D, good evening. Oh my God.
Hello, man. Junior, you can hear me?
I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How about Mafasin?
Yeah, yeah, Jim.
Okay, Junior, I think that DK is not you.
I'm getting him loud and
Yeah, where
clear.
Junior going again? Yeah. But anyway, it's great here tonight. It's gonna be a wonderful show. We'll be hosting the booming senator, Senator Edwin Snow. He's gonna be our guest tonight, and we look forward to having a wonderful show. As you know, Mafasin, we are being relayed on BKS TV in Butuo, and also Voice of Tapeta, and we're trying to see who can get Zoget, Voice of Zoget or Radio Zoget, something like that. So, Junior, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. See you. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Yeah. So we have our guests in the back. So I'll say you try to get things straightened up here, so we can bring him on without further ado.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me see again. Move my shit.
Well, I still want to say welcome to all of you. 15 minutes past 8 o'clock here this evening. Like we said in our intro, we're hosting Bomi County Senator Edwin Melvin Snow. Senator Snow join us here tonight on the show. We're going to be discussing a couple of things from Liberia. But a lot of things happened in Liberia yesterday while some of you were sleeping. A lot was going on. Former Unity Party Secretary General and Chairman Wilmot Bay came outside explaining everything that led to his dismissal, some of those things he considered as, unjust treatment and all of that. He explained everything last night on Spawn TV, and we were fortunate to have relayed the show to as well. But we'll come to that. Let's just hear from you guys very shortly in 30 seconds. What's on your mind? Let's be able to bring on the senator. D, are you there?
All right. So, what's on my mind when it had to do with what happened yesterday? I think we can do that. I think we can do that after the show. As the Nima thing is related to that, but we have our guests. We can't keep in the back for long uh, to discuss that. So let's see if we can get our guests on, and then we'll go into the our Nima thing after our guest leaves us.
Good evening, Senator Snow. How you doing this evening, Chief?
I'm good, gentlemen. Good evening. How are you all doing?
We are doing wonderful. It's great to have you on here this evening. Where are you speaking to us from?
I'm home in Monrovia, Liberia. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's great to have you on here this evening. Before we start, let's hear from the CEO. CEO, welcome.
Thank you. You know, the senator Amazia. So as we can say, I know the senator knows what Zia means in Nima. But I want to say thank you so much for taking up your time to be with us today. We appreciate that. You know, busy schedule. You were able to squeeze us in to have us part of your schedule. Tonight, we are relaying this show in Nima County. We have our radio station in Butu. And then also Voice of Tapeta is also relaying. So you're talking to the people of Nima County tonight. And I know the people, they are also excited to hear you tonight. So I want to say, on behalf of this platform, thank you so much for coming. And we look forward to hosting you here tonight and in the future. Yep. All right. You are muted if you are saying something.
Is it from my end?
No, I think it's from his end. We're not hearing you, Senator. Okay, I think he's probably having some technical issues. So as I was saying, we will just understand it.
I'm so sorry. My internet seems challenging tonight at home, and then I hook up to my hotspot, and then people keep calling me, so I got to find a way to work around it. I'm so sorry about that.
No problem. Thank you. Hope you heard everything that I said.
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I'm happy to read it. I was just saying we want to say thanks to you for coming. We appreciate.
I heard that. I heard that relay in my honor that I was trying to respond to it. Yeah. I was trying to respond. Yeah. I say I'm glad to be here, and it's a pleasure. And I want to thank you for your hard work.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I know as we always do, we start the show by asking for introductory statement. I know a lot of us know you, but as I previously stated, the audience is a little mixed tonight. We got an Oman there in Butu, in Loguato, then are listening to you. Maybe they want to know who you are. If you don't mind, in 1 or 2 minutes to let the people know who you are, and then we can go from there.
Sure. So I'm Edwin Snow. I happen to be one of the senators in the House of Senate in Liberia. Fast forward, I was born in. My father comes from River Cess. My mom comes from Sino. I grew up in Monrovia, in Manon River, Grand Cape Mount County, where I was born. Went to school there. Attended high school in Kakata, St. Augustine Episcopal Mission School. I went to University of Liberia. Graduated with when I was getting my master's in public administration. I worked at LPRC for many years. I became managing director there. I became Speaker of the House of Representatives. I was one time the president of the Liberia Football Association. I was member of the House of Representatives for 12 years. Then I moved on to Bombay County, where I became representative for 3 years. Then I ran for the Senate and became senator there. And I'm still serving my 9 years term as senator of Bombay County. I'm happy to be here. I'm a father of 5 children, and I'm happily married.
Thank you so much. Gina, are you there now to take over, or you want me to?
I think you can continue with the line of questioning, and I can follow you from there.
Oh man, you wear your costume tonight to interview the senator. You want to tell over to me? But thank you so much. You know that's actually a great introduction. You are not new to the Liberian politics or Liberians as a whole, even though folks in the interior they're listening to you, but I know they have heard you and all that stuff. So I will start with my first line of questioning, Senator. You have served, as you said there, as representative, all those major roles in Liberia, Senate, and now you're a senator. I want to ask you though, especially for folks that are following you, who are trying to be, you are their role model and stuff. What would be the most significant of all those great jobs that you've done? The most significant achievement that you've had so far, public when it comes to public service?
Well, I don't know if I can say the most, but what I do is I always try to leave a landmark wherever I serve. And because I've been fortunate to serve in numerous positions, I can count landmarks in all of those positions that I serve. For example, when I was president of the LFA, I transformed under my administration. Liberia got the first grant from FIFA on the Gold Project, where we transformed the SKD football stadium from a ball-headed field to be all rocket to the first artificial turf. And then I also took Liberia to the African Cup of Nations for the second time, where we went to Mali for the Nations Cup. As managing director of LPRC, I I instituted a lot of reforms in LPRC. We built the first storage facility outside the pre-war storage facilities. Um, um, and of course, we did a jetty, the new jetty at the LPRC, because we had issues in discharging products from the vessel into shore. So we were able to replace the jetty lines at LPRC. We left our mark there. As president, as Speaker of the House of Representatives, it was a short one for just for a year, but we passed the first post-war national budget. So and also I happen to be that Liberian, that person who presided over the inauguration of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I presided over the session that inaugurated the first female president of Africa as Speaker of the House of Representatives. So in those different positions, I have left different marks that I like to speak of, because I think that those are part of my achievements over the year that I'm very proud of.
Thank you. Thank you. That's something that actually rings a bell. Welcome to the show, Mr. Gonglo. And also we'll have my colleagues on here, Mafasin Davis, DK, and then obviously the host, everyone listening to you. And then it is a great show. Thank you so much for that. So,
Thank you. Pleasure.
Junior, you want to come in, or you still on the standby?
Well,
I mean,
that's
I
it.
hope,
Since,
I hope
since
it's
you're calling for me too much to come in, I think it's great for me to come in from this
I'm not
point.
hearing him. I don't know if you can hear him, but I'm not hearing him.
yeah. Oh, I can hear him. All you guys are hearing him, right? So, Junior, I think you have to go out and come back in.
Mhm.
Yeah. Junior, you can hear. Okay, I think he's going out and then he's going to come in. Again, we want to say thanks to our followers. We are hosting Senator Edwin Snow on here tonight. For those of you who are listening in Nimba and across the country, he's our guest tonight. We will be having some discussions here as it relates to Liberia and everything in between that. So, my first thing, I will stop here for now. I'll have you ask one question, and then we'll go.
arrived in Costa Rica in 1402. Is that one question?
Yeah, we'll start with one question. Yeah, we'll start with one question, and then we'll go across the board.
Oh, okay. Let us know.
Chief, how you talking, man? How everything?
I'm good.
Happy to see you.
How's the people of Gummy?
Well, they're doing okay. We thank God. They're doing very well. All things constant. We thank God.
All right. I would like to say thank you for honoring our invitation to appear on this show. This show is widely listened to in and out of Liberia, but Nima to be more precise. And so this evening, you will be speaking directly to the people of Nima, the people of Liberia. And I believe this is something you've always done. And we are grateful to see you and give our platform the kind of significance it deserves, because your presence is something that we welcome. Now,
Thank you.
prior to 2023, you were one of those during the 2011 elections who was very close to the Unity Party, worked with the Unity Party, even though from the inception others have their doubts, but you held on and we went to the election. Unfortunately, we didn't win. Fast forward to 2023, we didn't see you in the lineup as it has always been. Uh, what changed? And how are you able to, or what are you thinking when it comes to cementing the relationship to join back the bandwagon of the Unity Party?
Well, I will start with your last question. I have no intention of joining the bandwagon of the Unity Party, and I'm happy that you quoted history rightly. I supported then Vice President Joseph Barker in 2017 for his presidential bid, and I went in there with all my heart. The matter of fact, even in Bombing, when I was campaigning in Bombing, I told the people of Bombing, if you don't vote for Barker, don't vote for Snow, because if Barker is not the president, I will have challenges serving you. And I went all out to campaign. But like you rightly said, people doubted my involvement only on grounds that George Weah was my old-time friend, and people didn't think that I would be bold or frank enough not to support Weah, but to support Boyka. So it was like you are in the front, but then you got to keep looking behind you and looking in front of you to protect yourself. And it became a very, very challenging for me. So there was no chemistry, there was no trust. You're giving your all, but people still had their doubts, and it became very challenging for me. Then, of course, I won the election, and Mr. Weah has always been my friend. He will always be my friend. In and out of politics, he will be my friend. And then I think as our friendship continued, people in the Unity Party even had more doubt why I was friendly with President Weah. Unfortunately, we have a country today where everything is based on politics. You know, even in your house, your household, the people in your house in different party, they look at you with cross eye. So it made it very difficult. So again, I was forced to make a decision to just walk away. I'm not a member of the CDC. Yes, I supported and voted for President Weah in 2023, but I'm not a member of his party. But the United Party has created no room for people that have, I believe that are flexible, that can be friends to people from all walks of life. It has come to the stage in Liberia where you either green or you blue, and if you green, then you gotta stay in the greenhouse. If you blue, you gotta stay in the blue house. I've decided not to be green, not to be blue, so let me stay in my white house for myself.
Thank you, thank you so much for that. And that's the society we find ourselves in. And like you said, you're either on the other side or you're on that side. But I want to test your mic again, see if you can hear me.
Senator, are you hearing me now?
Perfect, Jim.
Okay, great. It's great to have you on here again once more. Now let's go to the obvious question. I know these people they want to bat around the bush.
Jim,
and
if I knew
things.
you were wearing a necktie, I'm going to wear my tie too, my man. You look good.
I thought you were going to wear your tie,
I even had to slip the jacket on top, during the doors of Zoom meeting, what people used to do. That's why
Yeah, but I thought you were going to wear your suit, But to admit, you're one of the
next
well-dressed leaders in Liberia, and I think I'm
Thank
copying
you.
from you, the level
Thank
you
you.
and other people. Yeah.
Thank you.
But let's go to this question, Senator Snow. People saying that Senator Snow have stayed long into Liberian politics. He need to step aside now and give chance to the younger breed. What say you on that?
They could be right, but I tell people, if you enter a plane before, people that have been in an aircraft will tell you, when you look on the right side through the window, you will see different things. When you look on the left, sometimes you'll see the Atlantic Ocean on one side, on the other side you see houses there. Or on one side you see trees, on the other side you see, it's like that. So it depends on what side of the window you're looking. Because, for example, someone will say Snow been in politics too long now, he need to give chance to others. But the same people, you carry the same argument there and say President Barker being in politics now for over 40 years, get chance. Others say, no, we agree with that other one. So it depends on what side of the window you are looking. I'm 56 years old. I've served my country, and I think I've done my part. And I love to serve. I love to serve my people. But if someone who is say someone who been in politics for 20 years has stayed too long, but the same school or thought will tell you someone who been in politics for 45 years has not stayed long, they stay need 6 more years, then I don't know what side of the window you're looking at in the plane.
Great. That's a great answer, and I think I would take that. Going to the next space, you. I think this would be my last question here, and we go to the other people. How would you view the issue of free speech currently in Liberia? Holding all factor constant from the Yeke Koluba incident to the issue of Prophet Key, and then to the Ministry of Information, all of that.
Well, I think in our new democratic disposition or dispensation rather, the freedom of speech is cardinal. It's something very important for our day-to-day way of life. You have to be able to express yourself freely. You have to be able to speak, truth to power. Or if you say the wrong thing, there's penalty in the books. They say where your right ends is where mine begin, and vice versa. Where your begins, where mine ends. If I was to grade the Unity Party-led government, one of the best grades won't come from free speech. Because like you rightly said, there have been victims, including me. I went on the radio one day and I said I want the government to have one term, like any opposition will say. And I got in trouble for it to the extent where the government even wrote ECOWAS and asked ECOWAS to take me from the parliament because of my freedom of speech that I exercised. So I don't think one of the great things we can count for this government will be freedom of speech. We just expelled the EU ambassador. They said she made some statement that was not favorable to the government. Yeke Koluba, I think the issue of Yeke Koluba, if I had a vote in the House of Representatives, I wouldn't have voted to expel a lawmaker because they made comments that we didn't like. But today, the Guineans are still on that side of the boat of the Guineans. They matter of fact, they're more comfortable there now than they were when Yeke made a statement. Perfect Key is a difficult one to say because the Supreme Court, they interpret the law. It's hard the Supreme Court, yeah, the policeman. The policeman stop you, you say your tire smooth, and you say no, my tire not smooth. Only the policeman can tell you if tire smooth or not. Or he tell you, say, your heel not working. You say it's working. Then it's okay, your single not working. You say it's working. Then it's okay, why your fire signature? So the policeman will continue going there. He found something on your car that he needs to charge you for. The same with the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court accused Perfect Key of using invectives, insulting, that we say mancos. The Supreme Court sent for him. He got a lawyer. They tried him. He said he was not guilty. He pleaded guilty, rather. And then the Supreme Court sentenced him. All that happened in the space of 48 hours. That was the fastest trial in the history of Liberia. But again, there was trial. So it's difficult to challenge the Supreme Court. I'm not one of those who subscribe to people using invective, especially on our mothers. But again, I think we should learn how to respect the freedom of speech. And then, of course, we should be able to take on the consequences thereof in our expressions.
Thank you. I will stop here for now and turn it over to the CEO. But if you want me to continue, I think I have a lot of questions to ask you here tonight.
No, I think I have to confess on that. The senator coming with my son, who's the host, to be turning over to me. It seems to be a little shy here tonight. Senator, by the way, this man here, when guests come here, he can be the one asking all the plenty questions. So now the man pushing it over to him. But yeah,
Senator Snow is a drink cadre. So if you're dealing with drink cadre, you got to be very strategic in how you deal with them. If not, their intellectual power will somehow overturn yours. So I got to be very strategic in how we have the conversation here so that you'll find a pleasure to come the next time.
No, but you can go ahead. This is my first time on your show, and I like the atmosphere. I know it's going to get tough as we go along the way. I know these kind of interview, people start warming up, and then the tough questions come. But I look forward to the tough questions, and in my political life, I try never to run from tough questions.
Yeah, great. I will come in there. As you know, we try not to make this platform a nimble platform, as folks call it. And that's one of the reasons why I went hunting, looking for someone like you to come on our show and try to give it a little bit of flavor. You're speaking to the folks of NEMA here today. A lot of people listening. We have our relay teams in the back here as well. So before I go to Mr. Gonglo, I want to ask you, what's your relationship with the current vice president, who happens to be from NEMA County?
So the current vice president is a brother to me. We have a very, very good relationship. He's my friend. He's my brother. Since we met, the matter of fact, even before we met in the legislature, he was on Cottington when I first met him. Then we organized a political group called Democratic Alliance. We were one of those who recruited in the Democratic Alliance, worked together. Then went in the House of Representatives together. We went to the Senate together. And I think he let out the secret one time when he said that we're even planning to run together in 2029, where I was going to be on top of the ticket. He was going to be my vice president. But he Christmas came earlier. So his own came before me. And today he's the vice president. We are so close that even in 2023, when I supported former President Weah went to the extent of asking me to serve as his campaign manager. And I said to President Weah, I'm going to support you. I'll vote for you. But a friend of mine is on the other side, who is Jeremiah Kuhn. I cannot serve as campaign manager against Jeremiah Kuhn. That's how close our friendship is. And he's someone that I have a lot of respect and admiration for. And he's my very good friend. Unfortunately, we don't happen to be in the same political boat, but our friendship is still strong.
That's true. I was reading something off your Facebook that talked about free speech, and then towards the end of it, you acknowledge that the vice president so far he has proven to be a strong believer in some of the values when it comes to freedom of speech and political view and respecting other views. So that shows the that level. That's why I asked that question. So again, thanks for answering that. Most people actually will want to know that. We want to know the about the relationship between you guys. You in Monrovia?
But Women Pay is also my friend.
Oh, women pay, right? Okay. You want you want to share a little light on that?
I just try to put a little joke into it because how you see when you finish my interview, you'll talk the Nima side, so I just teasing. But
no, but we'll have you towards the end there. You come in a little bit before you leave. You'll be part of it because those guys are both your friends. So getting a little bit of feedback from you on that would be great. But thank you so much for that. Mr. Gonglo, over to you. Your one question.
Before we go to Mr. Gonglo, can I ask one request? I think I was a little negligence today. I did a lot of work at home today. I didn't go anywhere. I work from home. I forgot to put my computer on charge. It's kind of low.
Okay.
So just get me off a little bit. Let me just change my location, get it charged so we can continue. So
before you do that, Senator, do us a favor. This is the only thing we ask of you. If you don't mind, please share our show on your page to see.
I did that already.
You already did that. Okay.
Yeah,
all right, cool. Yeah, I will take you off for a few seconds here. And then once you get everything sorted, I come back and I will bring you back on.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much again. If you just joined us here tonight, you're listening to the.
I just want to make the simple request. You said one question, but I think the senator has responded to other questions. So the other questions are coming out of his response. So it's like they're kind of interfering with some of our original questions. You know, I have original question that I plan to ask, but he just gave a response about the relationship between he and Jeremiah Kuhn. And I would like to lump those two together.
Oh, sure. When it comes to your time, you ask your question, and then he's here
because
for.
I'm not going to let people like my person who made a political speech for 5 minutes. I will just ask my question.
Mr. Gonglo, so you keep to swing at my person over.
Well, why one question tonight?
The man was going to east, you're going to west, you're going to north, you're going to south. So I'm just sitting down listening.
So
watching.
It's going to be a great show tonight. I know that probably we might stay here for a few time before we let the senator to go. And I really want us to make emphasis to stay here and digest the appearance of women pay last night on Spoon, and also the statement made today by the Vice President in Yahweh Messon. A lot to discuss. Who is women pay? Who is the Vice President? Who is more integrity minded when it comes to, all of those things that have been discussed? Is the Vice President really that kind of pressing? Is he not that kind of pressing? I mean, the women pay actually receive the money, or are they lying on him? All of those things are things we need to take into
In fact,
consideration.
that's my first question of Senator Snow on that money issue. Because in my mind, bribery is a crime under our law. If a sitting government official,
Okay, so we have our guest. So Mr. Gonglo, I know you are eager to ask your question, so just bear with us there.
I mean, but we're talking as panelists. If a sitting
No,
government official receive information on bribery and you cover that up, I mean, what is it?
Okay, so now we have our guest back, right? He's back in studio. He's ready, and he's ready to answer your question. So I would say let's keep it to one question for now, and then from there we will see if we have more time to ask further questions. So,
See, I thought you just agreed that I can just ask a question because the senator responds to the Jeremiah relationship question, pop or something that intruded in my mind, and I just wanted to pick you on a little bit before I ask my question.
oh, so okay? Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead. Ask your question.
So Senator Snow, how you doing?
He's hearing. He's muted.
Sorry, I can hear you now. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay, no, so great. I listened to your response. Thank you for coming. But on the relationship question that you answer, that in 2023, President Weah wanted you to be his campaign manager, but because of your relationship with Jeremiah Kun, you turned it down. So may I just follow up one step to say, in 2029, if Kun is running as president and your party says you should be presidential candidate, will you turn it down too?
Well, I said, I believe in relationships, and relationship means a lot to me. As Liberia is today, whether we like it or not, maybe later on, but there are two main political parties, the CDC and the Unity Party. In 2029, any other party coming between those two parties will either be looking for going to the second round to endorse one of them or to just add to the numbers. But if any candidate outside the Unity Party or CDC, I wouldn't vote for that, and that's something I want to do. So if come 2029 and I'm asked to be standard bearer by my party, not because of Jeremiah Kun, but I wouldn't take it because I know that our political dispensation as it is today is tied around the Unity Party and the CDC for now. Now, coming to 2029, if I will have a political role in 2029, and if I don't have an aligned political role with the Unity Party, I will definitely have a line with the CDC. So one of the parties I will be for in the front, whether whoever on the ballot or not.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Senator. But here is my main question. I was just trying to seek follow-up clarification on this. Yesterday, your best friend, at least you call him your friend, Woman Pay was on Spoon Network. He made a revelation. He said he was, after his dismissal, the vice president invited him at his house. And while sitting there was a phone call that the vice president made to Sekou Dukle, the Port managing director, NPA managing director, on the allegation of bribing Wilmer Pay. Senator Snow, do you agree that bribery is a crime under our law?
I'm aware that bribery is a crime. As a matter of fact, when I was speaker and it was alleged that representatives received $5,000 to remove me as speaker, one of the issues I went to court for was that they received bribes. So bribery is a crime, but it's a funny crime. You who gave it, you committing crime. You who receive it, you committing crime as well. So yes, bribery is a crime.
So in that omission of Woman Pay yesterday on Spoon, that say Vice President Kun made a call and phone was open and Sekou Dukle made that allegation that he bribed Woman Pay. And the second senior government official in the current rescue mission listened to that conversation. He did not report it to the police. He took no action. Do you think the vice president was covered in in covering of a crime here in our government?
Well, the only one who determines a crime on our law is either the police, and then they send you to court, and the court can run a judgment if you committed a crime or not. But yes, I listened to the Women Paid interview yesterday from start to finish. And yes, there was a conversation as such. As you know, Women Paid denied it. Women Paid said that he don't remember what Sekou and the vice president spoke of. Then Stanton repeated it. Stanton said it, and Women Paid said he told the vice president that he would rather face his accuser. He would rather Sekou come and face him than doing it on the phone. But yes, there was conversation as such, and I think you are a citizen of Liberia. You have standing, and if you think that one of them committed crime, the crime can only be adjudicated in the court of law, court of competent jurisdiction. So I can't sit and say yes, it was true, because Women Paid did not admit to it. That's why in the intro I told you that bribery is both ways, the giver and the receiver. So if the alleged receiver say it didn't happen, and Sekou was not on the air to say it happened, then there's suspense, there's ambiguity somewhere there. Because if Sekou had come on the air last night and said, yes, I gave Minister Women Pay $125,000, $140,000, and Minister Women Pay say, yes, I receive it, or even Women Pay say I did not receive it, you can still charge Sekou for admitting to bribing someone. But Women Pay denied it, and Sekou did not come to attest to it. So the only person who said it last night, and the vice president also was not heard for the vice president to say what Women Pay said was true. So the only person who said it was Women Pay, who did not receive it, who was turned on with us from rather, who Women Pay said he did not receive it, he don't remember the transaction, and the vice president did not come on the air to say yes, what Stanton was saying was true. So there are a lot of ambiguities in it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. We'll go to our veteran Matheson ask his question.
Matheson has already asked. Matheson asked his first question. I know, you can tell from Mr. Gongo that he got more than 105 questions to ask, but, we'll start little by little, as Senator Snow said. This type of show can start smooth and nice like this, and then towards the end, all the high questions, because we'll try to move into NIMBA. We'll get him involved. I think he will stay for a little bit of NIMBA discussion before we let him go. We got to make a connection to NIMBA too, so we can't exclude him from that. But yeah,
I got a lot of good friends in NIMBA. That's true.
Matheson has asked this question, so we'll go to the other folks to ask one question. Let's try to make it brief, and then we'll be able to have good time here. Again, we want to say thanks to our people who are following, the folks who are listening mutual, also via Voice of Tapeta, and we are hosting Senator Edwin Snow here tonight. So over to you. I think it is Cyrus, your one question, and then from there we'll move forward. Cyrus, one question, please.
Yeah, thank you, CEO. Good evening to you, Senator Snow.
Good evening, Cyrus.
We met in Kigali, I think 2022, when you came for a certain program. I think it was for certain parliamentary program. I visited you along with some of my colleagues from the university when I was in Kigali at the time, and I particularly engaged you to assist me with my school fees, in which you said you were going to look into it. But unfortunately for me, the vice president having to be your friend, and you said he called you and said, "Oh, that beginning is not good."
Cyrus.
No. Let me listen to me. I'm going to what the point the senator made as it relates to their relationship.
Listen to me, Cyrus. Listen. Tonight we are asking questions, right? We are having an interview, and I asked everyone. You see, I told Mr. Gongo to ask this question. So without the long premises and all that stuff, we are discussing Liberia, we are discussing NIMBA, we are discussing national issues. So my suggestion is you tailor your question to that. So we got more time here. He's going to be with us here for a long time. So let's try to keep it.
I thought you could just allow me to lay the premise, because this is something that affected me. Senator Sumo is a leader that I support. Even up to now, I still support him. So I want to know why this friend of his stopped him from helping me, but then the same friend is in government today. His friend is the vice president, and the same government continues to use surrogates to be after him, insulting him, and the friend is not saying anything. His friend is the vice president, and the same friend who say, don't help Cyrus. The boy is against me, don't help me, and he listened to that friend. The same friend of vice president, why is he not controlling the UP people? They always insulting this Snow. Why is it like that? What kind of friendship is that, Senator Snow? That's my question.
Well, Cyrus, I don't remember. I don't remember the then senator telling me not to help you. You know, I'm 56 years old now. Oh man, I can forget. So I don't remember that. And the issue about the Unity Party people insulting me. You know, politics is not for small children. Politics, you have to have double skin, thick skin. And I always joke myself. I say, you see my lip? I got big lip. Just you see the lip big, I had the skin thick. So these things don't move me. And fortunately for me, most of the people that you see on Facebook insulting me are people that I have rendered assistance to in a lot of ways before. You know, a lot of ways. You won't count the air and start naming things. So now when they insult me, I go in the in-bar reminding and say, oh, gee, you know that politics. But for me, politics is not like that. You know, so I see it differently. I tell you a story. There was a time when, like I said, the president, when the government made representation in ECOWAS to withdraw me because I was not supporting. You know, in ECOWAS, they gave different category of people at the ECOWAS parliament. They got opposition. Your delegation must have member of the opposition. It must have member of the ruling party. It must have female representation. So in the Liberian delegation, I'm one of the opposition representatives, especially from the Senate. Ellis Tyler is from the ruling party. I'm from the opposition side. So when the president made a representation or the government representation of withdrawing from ECOWAS, it couldn't work because, again, I did nothing wrong. I was only performing my constitutional job or responsibility in Liberia. But anyway, the vice president deemed it fit at the time to intervene and just make amends between the president and myself. So there was a vice president who took me to the president's house that morning. We had breakfast, went to the president's office, we talked for over 3 hours. Even I'm going to the president, say traditional as if the president. Spoken kind of the president and go by broke. President even took us small thing, get rid of me, traditional, get rid of the vice president and share. I said that white collar, the protein were there. We all laugh about it. I traveled to Sweden. The Unity Party came and lie on my knees. I say I want to stabilize the country. I want to do this. I want to do that. I called the vice president, and he didn't like it. He expressed his dissatisfaction to me. Whatever he did in the party cycle, I don't know. But I didn't. For me, you don't put your friend under pressure. Everybody should know what is right and what is wrong. And I think it was a disservice to me, the manner in which the Unity Party lied on me, or the government information ministry lied on me. And politics should not be about, especially at the national level. We all can agree here. We all, even on this show, all of y'all on this show right now, all of y'all can be on the same side. This is why we call it democracy. We all can agree. But for someone to make a statement and the government change the statement around to defame the person and even put your life at risk, for me, it wasn't a small thing, but I'm sure the vice president did something about it because he expressed to me how he felt about it. He may not have made it public, but at least in private, he told me that what happened to me was not right. And he expressed that to me, which I appreciated.
Thank you. That's actually a great answer. Before we go to our other panelists here, you know, we the host, then we gotta enjoy us too. So panelists, then you hold your hand. We'll go to your here later on. You know, we gotta enjoy it too. We've been holding the ground while you guys been away. So you are part.
So when UP people come here, you can get the UP panelist chance to face their leader. While on the leader come, you gotta give her the same leverage.
Well, I listen to your leader. Leader said we can't agree on everything.
Man, I think the man trying to create distraction, man.
So you know the whole Guinea border thing, Senator, it has been very crucial. You know, you spoke about it. You know, I know you talk about it, people attacking you. There was a point in time where you were joking on Facebook, and people took that out of serious context, and it was a huge deal. But you are now one of our representative, Representative Taiwan, we represent Liberia when it comes to ECOWAS representation. There was a meeting that we listened to when you guys went there to represent Liberia. You never talked about the border issue. And there was another person, one of your colleagues, I think he's from Nigeria or so, who came and
Yes,
expressed. Yeah. He expressed his dissatisfaction with the fact that you were there and Ty were there, and you guys did not talk about the border issue. Do you mind speaking to the people, our people, and letting them know why you didn't bring that on the floor, and what was your take on that feedback from your colleague?
So there are a couple of things. The way we do in ECOWAS, we get something called the country report. So in ECOWAS, we have 4 sessions every year, or 2 extraordinary sessions, and according to our ECOWAS, our protocol, our supplementary act, those 2 sessions are held at the capital, at the seat of the parliament in Abuja. Then we'll have 2 extraordinary sessions. The 2 extraordinary sessions are held outside the seat of Abuja for visibility in other countries. The ordinary session, you gave what we call the country report. The country report has an outline. We talk about the economy, you talk about human rights issues, you talk about freedom of speech, the political situation, security situation, all of those things. In our previous report, before this last report, we have talked about the Guinean border situation, and the parliament has addressed itself to that situation. Now, the report is drafted by a non-politician and is sent to the politician to make the input. So the report was drafted by the technocrat. It came to us. Nobody made any input. I was in America at the time. I flew from America, got there the following day, I had to read the report. Nobody mentioned about the Guinea border on grounds that we are already discussing in our last session. Besides that, the government of Liberia has not given us any update since the last session on the situation at the Guinea border. If you took the phone today and call 5 officials of the government, they will give you 5 responses on what happened at the Guinea border. Jerry, the same thing with the complex in Foya, the Foya complex. So now I say that Manuel Road Union project, say that security installation that they want. So we have different reasons for that complex. So because the government have not given us any full response on the Guinea border situation, we didn't add it in our report. And the report is subject to debate. When you're done with the report, anybody can ask you a question and you have to answer it. I question any, particularly the report, outside the report, they ask you a question. So a very good friend of mine is on the political affairs committee. It's called Honorable Abiante. He's from Rivers State. He's a member of the House of Representatives and the most eminent or frequent like Nigerian lawmaker. They're very provoking, thought-provoking. And he asked a question. And we had to answer the question. Even that answer from the question brought tension between the Liberian and the Guinean delegation. Right in there was no tension between the 2 delegations. So it wasn't that we're leaving anything out, but you have to give something when you have update. There was no update. Well, there was nothing new. There was no new information from the previous information because the government has not given us any information. Even today, if you ask. Now, don't forget, last night again, on Spoon, we got a new revelation from the former Minister of Lands and Mines that the government of Liberia had issued mining lessons to a company to go and mine in that river. That's why the Guineans got upset. So just last night, again, we got a new update on the reason why the Guineans took the border. So there are a lot of versions about why the Guineans took the side of the river or the border. And sometimes it's difficult because when we don't open up to each other as a government, when we don't inform the citizens, everything becomes offensive. When you say, if I can't read it tonight, and I say from A to Y, I praise the United Party government from A to Y. And I reach to Z, and I say something I didn't want to hear, I'm in trouble. So it makes it difficult to communicate. It makes it difficult to express yourself. And, it's a difficult situation. And that's why I come back to the issue of freedom of speech, which I believe is very challenging right now.
Thank you. That's something that I've been wanting to ask for a long time. I think most people also have similar questions, and I'm glad that you were able to clarify. So I'm over to you. Your one question. Ask your question. We have a lot of panelists on here. Without going to too much, laying your premises. Ask a question so we can continue. And I'm over to you.
Thank you, Honorable Snow. The name is Amma Brooks. Long we have not talked since you left our district, the Human District 6, District 5.
Oh man, you sounding like someone I don't know what. We can't hear you go.
I hope you are getting me clear, CEO.
Much
Yeah,
better.
much better
Much
now.
better. Yeah.
Thank you. Like I was saying, Honorable Snow have been our lawmaker in this district. First it was District 5, it then became District 6. Before him leaving to go bombing. And Honorable Snow is one person who called across the Western Bill, Monserrato, and that of the Bassa Bill. He's a very good presidential candidate or running mate that we would love to see if we cannot. We would love to see the We Are in Snow ticket. It will be a very good ticket that will unite this country. But these are conversations that we are having. We hope that this conversation reach at that level. That Honorable Snow will not be thinking about a friendship, will be thinking about the interest of this country to develop this country because this country is hugely divided beyond political line. Our country is we are living in Labrador with total fear and everywhere, everybody hunting everybody. Even the little grass men, they say like, oh, we are being hunted. This country, you need to unite and looking at every factors and where the country is going. Honorable Snow, one of the major issues, even on my podcast that I've been on daily, is the issues that have to do with Guinea border. Honorable Snow, you have been in the political corridor around president, around the executive, and in the legislature. If Snow is president of Republic of Liberia today, how long will it take you on our Snow as President Snow to get the issue resolved, that the people of Solomon Township can be in peace? Over 3,000 Macona rice producing farmers, they are unemployed as we go to this rainy season. They cannot work because Macona rice producing company have withdrawn. Many farmers and many bankers in Foya, in Banjama, they are retreating and reversing their money to Monserrato. This will cause a serious economic harm. How long will it take you as head of state president of Republic of Liberia to get the issue resolved? That's my question to you. My number one question.
You know, engagement is very important. And the Guinea border issue, Guinea had the same problem with Sierra Leone. The matter of fact, on the 20, before the 26th, I'll be heading an ECOWAS parliamentary delegation to between the border of Sierra Leone and Guinea, the same kind of situation to intervene. And you know, in diplomacy, truth telling is very important. And I believe that when this thing started, if the government had given the citizen the real story and said, this is what happened, this is what causing it, together we would have found a solution. But when there were too many versions, different versions, up to last night, former Minister Women Pay gave a new version. So it makes it difficult. Now, if I was president, or I was vice president, or I was foreign minister, I would do what you call backdoor channel. Backdoor channel in diplomacy is very important. You know, the first thing when you become president, most time when you see inauguration, when there's inauguration and you invite other head of state to the inauguration, it's not only because you want people to come and eat food, but you want to be able to establish contacts. So the person come to the inauguration, you go to the inauguration, you all meet at a different summit. When you meet, you don't just stay in your hotel room, you make friends. Sitting out here today, I can tell you now, I can open my telephone. Almost every president in West Africa telephone number is in my phone. I'm close to almost all the presidents in this region. Because for the second time, I'm repeating myself at ECOWAS Parliament as a chair on political affairs. Nobody has done that before. Everybody stayed for 4 years, you got to change. The first time for somebody to be asked to repeat their committee, the chair in ECOWAS, happens to me. So I hear all the ECOWAS election mission around West Africa. I meet with head of states, I meet with foreign ministers. We have good relationship. Even when the situation started, I can say to you today, I said it on Spoon before, I said on OKF, I say to you today, the meeting the president went for in Guinea, that Manaro Union meeting, I was one of those behind the scene that helped to organize that meeting. But because I'm seen as an opposition figure, if you go now and say we organize a meeting, you'll be in trouble again. You Facebook, your man, your day your man was born, we get all that one on Facebook. Ministry of Education will take the microphone, they will cost you. The Ministry of Information will take the microphone, they will cost you. So it makes it difficult to work as a patriotic Liberian. And I tell people, I'm an opposition. It's true. I didn't support President Boyka. It's true. But again, like I said, you got a vice president who happens to be my friend. It's like you want to turn right in one horse. Then Jerry, you get ready to turn it right, you see your mom or your pa entering that horse. Will you lead them in the horse and turn it right, or you wait for them to leave before you turn it? You'll wait for them to leave. So I have a press friend who's a vice president, and yes, I'm an opposition, I'm critical of the government, but you can't bring your government down or your country down. But because he made one statement and said he wanted the government to have one term, the whole thing will change. All the men say the country will fail, the government will fail. Whoever in opposition will want their government to continue perpetuating to stay in power? Nobody. And I tell people, when I go to Roberts Field and I check in and hold that boarding pass, I'm no longer seen as an opposition senator in Liberia. I'm seen now as a Liberian senator, a Liberian government official. So all our opposition team will put it behind us and will represent the interest of the country. But truth is, and it's sad, I really hope that our friends in the Unity Party, beginning with my own friend, the vice president, can make more effort where people can have freedom of speech. Where you can speak freely, you can joke, you can look today, my brother. We might not know it. People will take it for granted. If you go in any gathering today and see 10 persons sitting down there, 9 out of 10 chances, all 10 of them in the same political party. To see people now from different political institutions saying and drinking, like we used to do charity all time, Ellington, and charity all time was not flexible like that. But even Ellington, in Ellen first term or second term, you see CDC people, United Party people, today is extremely difficult to see it. So, truth telling, if I was president, to answer your question finally, I would tell the people the truth. I would do a lot of back channel diplomacy, and we will solve the problem. But Guinea today, they at the border, they on our side of the border, or on that side of the border. Guinea has claimed that that place belongs to them, and they will not move from there. So we hope that we can solve it, or we can tell Liberian people the truth.
Well, Senator, the information minister said yesterday they have retreated and they are back on their side. The entire issue is resolved. So there's like a breaking news.
I hope the information minister can carry journalists there. And when we're beginning there, when we're having crisis in Liberia, when something happens, after they can carry the journalists, then they have to report from there. So maybe when the information minister carry the journalists there and you report from there, we'll all see it, then we'll believe it. But from where I sit today, I know that they are still there.
Thank you. That was going to be my follow-up question there, but Aman didn't allow me, so he had to land on that. Thank you so much. I was going to ask because recently the information minister said it.
But Alvin, if I can just add quickly to what Senator Snow was saying. I actually did speak to someone in Foya today, and the person said that is not true. The Guinean soldiers are still in the same position. In fact, the person explained to me the issue has not been with the Guineans because those people have lived there together. The Guineans allow Liberians to go across, but the only thing that stopped them, if they buy anything Guinea, they can't bring it back because it is the Liberian government that said, Guineans cannot come over to do trade because of the soldier crossing over. So, but the Guineans do not interpose objection because the soldiers are mostly local people. They speak the same or local vernacular. So they allow Liberians to go across, but whatever you do there, you got to finish it there. Either you buy rice to eat or eat it there. You can't bring it back. Unless the Liberian government start to allow their Guinean to also come over to buy things because they trade with each other, but Liberians are not allowing the Guinean to come to buy stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much for clarifying that. I think that's something that the government needs to, like the senator said, take journalists over there to be able to clarify that, to allow the public to be at ease when it comes to that. Sevete, over to you. Your one question, if you are ready. Sevete, you can hear me?
Yes, CEO. Thank you. Good evening, Senator Snow.
Juan, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pleasure. Welcome on the platform. We hope
Thank you.
this will be your home as usual.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the splendid representation on behalf of the Liberian people. Um, my concern, I follow you for the last few months. Before the passage of the budget, I've been a little concerned because I come from Nimba and there are a lot of concerns being raised. You made a lot of revelation regarding, the budget, the increment now as to 1 point some billion. And the budget is a law. And the people of Nimba, by the law, the signature bonus, if I may be correct for the English, Nimba will have 20 million going to Nimba because of the social development fund, because they come from Nimba. According to the law, I might not be too okay with that Okron. Nima did not get our 20 million. And you also raised the issue of increment, and of civil servants and other people, and for which you made that revelation, including other senators. And a lot of issue was raised regarding the budget. You being a member of the opposition, all of these debates were raised. What led to the passage of the budget? Where some of those arguments you raised, was it sorted? Was it resolved before the passage of the budget?
In our laws, there's only one person that got executive power is the president in the three branches of government. He's the only one that get final say. You can say yes, everybody there will say yes. You say no, everybody will say no. In the legislature, it's based on vote, majority vote. At the level of the Supreme Court, it's based on majority vote. So yes, the budget brought before all was for $1.2 billion. The president, everything for the president in the budget increased. Everything for the vice president increased. Everything for the speaker increased. Everything for the Senate pro tem increased. Everything for the deputy speaker increased. Even for a member of the legislature increased. My argument was, you called my vote, you called my pay, I will call your vote. Or you harmonize my pay, I will harmonize your vote. If we can take our budget to 1.2 billion, there was no reason why we should not go back, restore harmonization to increase salary of our civil servant. And harmonization was not done through an executive action. It was done through a legislative action. It went to the legislature passed on it. So when the executive come or the government come and say, oh, we are restoring harmonization in some ministry, in some agency, it's not how it's done. It was an action by the legislature. So let the legislature go back to the legislature and say, this is what we have, this is our proposal, we want to do this, we want to undo it. So my argument was, there's no reason why we should pass a budget of 1.2 billion and everything we want in the budget, including me as a senator, we're getting what we want in the budget, but we could not increase. Now the Ministry of Finance come and say our primary cheese and town cheese are making not less than $150. But when we go in the interior, the primary cheese are making less than $100. So I'm saying let's address that. And because of that, publicly I voted against the budget. I think it was only Senator Samuel Koga and I that voted against the budget. As regards the shared benefit for Nima County, yes, Nima County, according to the law, should have received the $20 million from the $200 million that was given. We invited the Ministry of Finance, and they came and said there are certain things that have not been done yet, or certain bureaucracy have not been established to be able to give Nima her fair share of the cake. But that should have been it, and I hope that there will be more advocacy, not just from Nima lawmakers, but from all of us, because today is Nima. Tomorrow, maybe a company better than Western Cluster will go to Bomi, and Bomi will be able to have her fair share of it. And Cape Mount will have her fair share from MMG Gold, B Mountain. So yes, we have to continue the advocacy at all levels of government.
Thank you so much. So that we almost done with our first round here. We want to say again, Senator Snow, we say thank you so much for coming. As you can see, Senator, just look, you'll see all the men there, everybody just lurking. Everybody want to ask questions. You know, the first
But
time
why no female on your show? So men on
we
the show.
we got one female, but she been visited a few times, but we working on it. Senator, maybe you can help us and give us some type of recommendation. We are looking for females to join. We actually will have one of our Iron
We
ladies.
equally need MPP representative too
Yeah,
on the platform though.
so
That would
we'll
be good.
try.
I think MPP still have a good presence in Nima, so I think that should be a problem.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, so we'll go to DK. DK, ask your one question. Before we do that, Senator, I saw your post that you made about the law, the legislation that your man AB Darius Dillon trying to pass that talked about law lawmakers who are representing certain areas should not be able to go to another
I mean,
county.
that my question was coming to
No,
you.
wait
Went to
now,
them.
wait. Your question?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Let me let you ask your question. Ask your question, Chief.
Thank you. Like my person refers to him. I lived in a district before when he used to be in Mosorado, so we used to call him Larry Snow. Senator Snow, how is bombing county? My question to you is: are you considering that we have been hearing as rumor that you are moving to River Says? If so, what is your opinion on the bill that Senator Dillon is proposing? That when you got tired with Mosorado, you went to Sanjay. From Sanjay, you became senator and you are moving to River Says.
So I have no objection to Senator Dillon's bill. It is his right to, sponsor a bill. If it's passed and signed by the president, it's a bill. At least there will be only two lawmakers that benefited from that. Then we'll close the history book at me and Thomas' father. But our country is a free country, and every Liberian have the right to reside and live anywhere else. And without going into the politics of it, for example, sometimes when I talk to my friend, Vice President Kuhn, he tells me his father is from Sando. So if we pass a law now and say if you're a man or power from different country, you can't be senator or representing the other country, then what happens? So again, I don't oppose his bill. I have the right to vote for it or not vote for it, but it's his right to pass it. You can't reverse it. What I've done in Bomi, you can't, even he passed the law now, you can't reverse it. So it doesn't affect me anyway. The issue of what River says, my father comes from River says, and it's true. In the last few years, I've been receiving a lot of pressure from the people of River says to make my presence felt in River says. And the argument is, you serve in Monserrado, you made an impact there. You left, you went to Bomi, you opened. I have a 1,000 acres of oil palm farm in Bomi where I employ a lot of people. I own a radio station there. I deeply support the school system, the healthcare system. And the point River says, which is their right. They said to me, you're doing all of this in Bomi. What's about your own county? So even if you don't want to be representative or senator, you want to make your presence felt in River says. So the last few years, I think just this year, I bought a very beautiful piece of land on the Cestus River. I'm working on getting a farmland. And because of those things, people feel that I want to run in River says. But I have no plan or no immediate plan, so to speak, in running River says. I stay in Bomi. I have a great presence in Bomi. I have a huge support base in Bomi. And I don't have any intention of moving to River Says to contest. But will I make my presence felt in River Says? Yes. I intend to build my house there. I intend to open a farm there. I intend to open a radio station there. And I will work with the school and the healthcare system in River Says because that's where my father comes from. I owe it to my people. But I have no intention of having a political presence there as a senator of River Says County.
Thank you. No, DK, sorry, the question can start coming and I don't know what's in your mind. So I just ask those questions. Those are all great questions that everybody been asking around. So it's obvious. So thank you so much for allowing me to start your questioning for you there. To our followers, again, we want to say thanks for following. We are hosting the Senator of Bomi County, Edwin Snow, tonight, and we are also relaying the show on radio BKS in Butuo and Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City. So we have a lot of people from Nema County that are listening, and also on the internet. We have a lot of views, by the way. people who are following. So I want to say thanks to all of you for following. It's going to be a great show. We are having a good time here and learning a lot from the senator as well. So Tabitha Ambassador, my man, your one question, and then we'll go to our second round of questioning, and we'll try to get more into details here. And the rules here, before I let you go, we are not laying a lot of premises here. You ask your one question, and then we hit the main point.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, CEO. Oh, let me say good evening to Senator Snow. I think it's been a while now seeing you. But this is my question. You've been in the political arena of Liberia for the past 15, just over almost 20 to 25 years. Recently, the United Party-led government have issue with the European Union or the EU ambassador Liberia. And per our information, she have left Liberia. Senator, do you think that the decision United Party took to work against that leader, do you think it's sent any good signal to the international community or the European Union or Europe that we've been in partnership with them for years? Where you sit, do you think it's a good thing that the government should have done? Do you think so? Thank you.
Well, Ambassador, just before you key on the air, I think one of the things we talk about, according to our constitution, the president is the chief architect of our foreign policy. We provide oversight as legislators, but the president is the chief architect. And when it happened, when the ambassador was served, I was in Brussels attending a training at the European Commission. And one of the European commissioners asked me when I introduced myself as a senator of Liberia, they said, you are from the country who just expelled our ambassador for freedom of speech.
Oh, wow.
And for me, it wasn't a compliment. It was a bit embarrassing for me. So I didn't comment. I didn't say anything. I just smiled about it. Again, tolerance in politics is a very important factor in politics. And sometimes when you just being tolerant, you can win people over. Just by being tolerant, you can win people over. You see Manan Salif? Manan Salif, say anything you want to say about Manan Salif. But in 2011, Manan Salif was running for a re-election. I supported Manan Salif. Even though 4 years down the road, 5 years down the road, she had removed me as speaker, fought me and kicked me out as speaker. Even though 5 years down the road, she had carried me to court on corruption charges that I won the case with Chairman Bryant. But 5 years later, I was on her side supporting her for the presidency. Eugene Nangwe, who was a staunch member of the CDC, left and supported Manan Salif. Samuel Wulu, and you can name it. It's not because Manan Salif had money or splashing money all over the place. No. It was because she was able to work across the aisle. In politics, you must be able to work with your opponent. In our vernacular, in Bassa, in Gola, I'm sure in Guillaume, Mano, when you say opposition, in our vernacular, it appears as enemy, like your rival, your enemy. But that's not what it means in politics. In politics, I see politics like I'm a great fan of Chelsea. The station manager of my radio station is a Barcelona man. He won't hear about Chelsea. He be on my radio, be putting him on Chelsea. Should I tell him, say I'll fire you because you don't like Chelsea? No. So, tolerance is a very important tool in politics. If you can accept your opponent, you can accept the views of your opponent. It's quicker for you to get a person on board than for them to continue. You see, Manan Salif, the biggest opposition leader in Liberia under Manan Salif was George Weah. But what did Manan Salif do? Manan Salif made George Weah peace ambassador. In her government, she made him peace ambassador. And they worked together so well that when 2017 King Manan Salif was accused of supporting Weah now to become president. So again, I speak to my friends in the United Party all the time. United Party is not a bad party. But if you compare the Unity Party of Ellen Salif and the Unity Party of Joseph Boyka, they are two different Unity parties. They can tell you, say, oh, Joseph Boyka, now that Ellen, when you pull your mom, then she call you, she give you a job, we probably can't do it. You pull your mom, we kick you outside. The country is small. It's a very small country. Very small country. Look, the only 2 countries in this region, 3 countries in West Africa that will get more population than Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Cape Verde. Right here, Benin get over 11 million people. Smaller than in land size, is smaller than us. Sierra Leone, far more than us. Everybody else. So we are a very small country. They need to coexist and work together amidst our political differences is very important. And if we allow that to slip from us, then we're not making progress in politics. We're not making progress. So the issue of expelling the EU ambassador for comments that she made, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs didn't help. Because in the letter, they quoted the comment the woman made in the letter. So they even further exposed the government in their own letter. If I was a part of this government, or I would help to make decisions, I'm going to advise the government against expelling the EU ambassador.
Thank you. Thank you. So that wraps up our first round of questioning there. Junior, you want to come? I know you're the host there, but you see, you're in the senator. You're not next to each other with your kosu. So next time we have to get ready and wear our kosu. But over to you.
I think I naturally get into leg gym. He looks like a
Yeah.
Thank you so much again. A lot of people following here tonight. Mark Chabate is also following. I want to say welcome to those of you who are listening to us via Facebook and YouTube, and those of you too who are also listening to us via the radio. I have some questions here. I don't know whether it will be tough, but first, CEO, permit me to make this statement: the issue of freedom of speech. I ask it purposely because I've been reading the TRC report. If you check the findings of the TRC report, they talk about the origin of our conflict in Liberia. One of them has to do with the issue of freedom of speech, freedom of expression. When Mana Eddie came in, she tried to limit that situation and let people to express themselves freely. But I think this is not happening under this administration, which is something that all of us need to speak about. Now, Senator Snow, you've been in the House of Representatives, now in the House of Senate. You guys been passing budget from time to time. Liberia has refused to leave from one stage to another. What do you think is the issue?
You know, we got to get to the stage in Liberia where we do more work than talk. You know what? Nima is one of those counties that a lot of us envy, and envy positively. Nimadians are noted for being very industrious. If you went to Ganta City 1 month ago and returned to Ganta 1 month later, you will see something new in Ganta. Even though you left politics in Nima, don't get me wrong. But you people are very industrious. Now, if you were to take that same mentality and spread it around Liberia, it left with Nima, they will want the Republic of Nima. And it's not me, I'm not saying this in a negative form. I'm just saying to you that what are you getting it from your proximity to Cote d'Ivoire or from Guinea or whatever it is? But you people are very progressive people. And Liberia is so small. Liberia got one of the smallest budget in this region. And there's not much that we need to satisfy our people. Not much. But when you look at us, we passed 1.2 billion. I can tell people in politics, as the end of the rain season start, January year finish. Anything you do as a government from January till the rain season start, you don't achieve it. When the rain start, just know that that other year, forget it. Because right after rain season, I'm going to talk about that Christmas and New Year.
Mm-hmm.
Right soon the rain and our rainfall is very heavy in Liberia. So when the rain starts, you can't do much with the roads. You can't do much infrastructure work when the rain starts. Then by the time the rain season finish, then you start getting ready now for Christmas, getting ready for New Year, then you go back to the next year. So if we could work more and talk less, excuse me, or equally work as we talk, this country can change in no time. My brother, the Lebanese men in Kaya brand, I want Lebanese men in Kaya build 16-story building. Nobody will put it more in. But one Liberian man build 2-story building, you're in trouble. But in Nima, the structures in Nima are for Nimarians. And you guys are proud of each other. I'm not saying it because I'm on your radio tonight. No. I'm just saying that anybody going into Nima, besides Monrovia, which is the capital, show me one other country that you can compare Nima with. Not just the population, but because you are very industrial. So my thing is, if we can even adapt that for the rest of Liberia, and just make a competition. And one person can kind of say every year we do a parameter. We get an independent committee to just set up, and the county that will be the most progressive in terms of whether it's agriculture, is real estate, is whatever it is. For the year, we get a county this amount. I sure we continue with our development part. But in Liberia, we talk more and work less. Every Liberian is a constitutional expert. We all know the Constitution. We all know the law. We all are politicians. And that was giving a hard time.
So I want to re-ask the question again. You guys have been passing budget for ages, from 2005 up to present. Why is it that Liberia have not changed from one stage to another? Let me add this phrase to it. In 2005, Civil 7 was taking 150 USD. At that time, Beggar was taking $900 and things. Today, Civil 7 still taking 150 USD. Bag of rice is almost $25 some places, $20 some places. Some places even $30. Why haven't things changed in Liberia?
Well, I will come back to the same thing. We talk more and work less. And sometimes it's just personal
Who
grief.
is the
Because
we?
everything.
I want you to be
And I'm not
specific with
exonerating
us.
myself. I'm adding myself as a politician. I've been in politics now for more than 20 years. So I'm adding myself as a politician. I'm not exempting myself here. I'm not going to come on the air tonight and act like I'm this perfect guy or I'm this faultless guy because I see friends on the station or this and that. No, I share the responsibility. I think we are not being intentional about what we want for our country. And until we can get intentional for what we want, it will give us hard time. It will give us hard time.
Good. So my last
It's
question,
not.
and we go to the CEO. This is a tendency of Liberian politician. 99%. This is not exaggeration. Your children don't go to school in Liberia. Your children don't live in Liberia. You send them abroad to live. You send them abroad to go to school. Is it that you don't believe?
Our opposition guests, so you can't get UP guests. They kind of
Don't
tough
worry,
time.
Lean. I got answer for him. Don't worry, Lean. I got answer for him.
Is it that you don't believe in the school system? That's why you send your kids abroad to go to school. Is it that you don't believe in the security of the country? That's why you send your kids abroad to stay. I'm speaking in general here, not specific to Senator Edwin Davis. No.
I agree with you. So there are two reasons why most politicians send their children abroad. It's not sometimes not because they don't trust the system. It's just that you don't, children like me, I got 5 children. One of my sons, my middle son, in America, living in America, I took him from there, I brought him, I said him Cottington. I said, you gotta stay here and see what I'm doing, be part of what I'm doing. He attending Cottington right now. His name is Edmund Snow. You go Cottington and ask him to show you. My biological son, not adopted child, my son. So because I want him to be a part of what I'm doing in Liberia. Now, some people keep their children away because children get carried away sometimes. Oh, my father minister, my father senator. Then you think now your power position is for you. So you won't go in the street and act like you senator or you minister. Like you see President Weah, say what you want to say about President Weah. When President Weah in power, none of his children were in political limelight. His son, one of them, played professional football. His other son was here passing around him, but he was never involved in any political. No, you never heard say, "Oh, President, we are signing the other deal." He bring the other investor. He get one private office somewhere. All the investors they gotta go to the office to see him. Nothing. But most politicians will either keep their children outside, or when their children here, the children run the show from the back. So sometimes people just want to keep their children outside so your children don't get involved, because some people, you can me saying that you can cost me till tomorrow morning, but by the time you put your mom, my mom, or my wife, then we come in Mayflower now. So some people just let it get their family outside that limelight for personal reasons. It's not because so much that they don't trust the system. Yes, the system has its own challenges. I won't lie about that. But most people try to do that, and some people just do it because they feel that there's a greener pasture out there. But in my case, one of my sons, and I brought him home. My first son, I tried to push him to come home. He didn't want to come home, and we had a major issue. My other son said, "Dad, I'm going to come home," and he's here now, attending Cotton, and he loved it. He loved being home, and I'm happy he's home. So I sent him on the farm. He goes on the farm. He handles things on the farm. My real estate business, he gets involved, goes around, take care of the house, do things and that, and I'm very excited about it.
Thank you very much. I mean, you answered the question very okay. I think we have to ask all of the politicians this question now. But I mean, no harsh feelings here to say, oh, Junior want to ask me this question because my kids are in America. No, I just wanted to set the record straight because many have been wanting to ask such a question. That's why.
But
See you over to you.
Answer the question. So hopefully, you see, that's what happens when you wear good suit. You can ask. So, Senator Omar, my question now.
But you know that I see you so in Brostering. You know see you so in Brostering.
See, let me ask my question quick and wrong.
Okay, please go ahead.
Ask Senator, one of the things that I've captured in Liberia, especially as we're talking about developing, like you made premise to Nima County, I think to make our economy and development, agriculture driven, are coming. It's going to help us. But in Liberia, you see that many of the farmers are politicians and government officials. Senator Snow got 1,000 acres, Vice President Kuhn, Senator Moise, Senator Amara Kone. But how do we, as people who are policy makers, help the local ordinary people benefit from our budget in terms of agricultural development that will help to create more middle income community and raise the bar on employment in Liberia? Thank you.
One of the problems we have in Liberia that's affecting us, we actually don't have a strong middle class. You either have or you don't have. You either in the government, you're making money in the government, or you're in the private sector, you're struggling. And the government has to be deliberate about creating a middle class. And if it means that you have to open some kind of financial institution, with soft lending and create the atmosphere where people can take loan and give enough security or something like that, like the Agricultural Cooperative Bank. Those are the kind that we need to invest in. And until we can create a middle class in Liberia, we just continue going in cycles. So this person in government today, they can make farm, they can buy a new car. By the time they leave from government, you know how many government officials have left government and take taxi the following month? It's a lot because it's not sustained. That income is not sustained. So by the time you start taking our salary end of the month or collecting your small thing, then you go back to square one. So again, I just think that any government, be it the United Party, be it the CDC government, has to be intentional about creating a middle class. We need a middle class in Liberia. Until we can have a middle class, we'll just continue going in cycles. The other government will come, the other actors will come, they will be the richest people in town. By the time the government leave on show, they get the poorest people in town. Then 6 years later or 12 years, other people come again, the richest people in town. We can't sustain it, and that's our problem.
I don't think we even have middle class. I know you said we don't have good middle class. I don't think we have middle class at all. You're either up there or you're down here. But I don't believe Liberia, the economy has any form of middle class that you compare to other countries. That's just my take. So this is very important issue, and I'm glad that you came, and we want to really hear from you when it comes to this topic. Recently, there was this $19.2 million drug bust at the airport. To piggyback a little bit, Senator, there are some pundits out there who say, this drug issue goes way back to, back in history during alien time. There was some drug issue, there was drug bust. The same thing with CDC time, and then now it just happened. So it has been happening before. It's nothing new. But regardless of that, it's a big thing. And you and I would know on an international stage, it doesn't show a good image out there for Liberia. The government has been handling it. You there and you see how they have been doing it. Names have been called, allegation, counter allegation, back and forth. You are a senator, a major key player in the government there. What's your say? It would interest you to know that we had one of our reporters on here from Butu, the guy who's relaying. He was talking to us the last time, Mr. Edwin Snow. He said, Senator Snow, he said, in Nimba, in Butu, in our region, that they have kids who are doing drugs now. And the drugs there is very, very bad. The folks there, the people have started complaining. The old man has started complaining about their kids doing drugs, and they call them, I think, Nimba Zogo, some type of Zogo, really bad. So it affects everybody across the board, regardless of who you are. What's your take on this from a holistic standpoint? How the government has been handling this? What's your opinion and take on this whole drug issue?
Became a problem in Liberia, and one of the issues that the challenges this government is having is we play politics over everything.
Uh-huh.
You get your children, I get my children. Then who one day and say, oh, biggest son went somewhere and he slap one guy, put his son in jail. And your children in the hall and say, my children rude, my children good, my children not like that. But then tomorrow morning, when my child goes somewhere, they say your child rape. Then you say, oh, my child rape because the girl was bluffing too much in front of my child, so he tempted my child out my child rape. So if we play politics over everything, there were towns in this country that President Weah were accused of taking in Kush.
Mm-hmm.
There were towns in this country when President Weah taking in Kush. George Weah and myself been friends for over 40 years. I was 15 years old when me and George Weah became friends. For over 40 years we've been friends. We are very, very good friends. I've never seen George Weah with smoke coming from his mouth before. But people accusing, or I've never seen him getting high or doing this, and we're very close friends. But people accuse George Weah of taking in Kush in this country. When Kush was a situation that our young people were faced with, that we all as parents, as national leaders, should have gotten involved to fight it, but we play politics out of it. And George Weah was defeated because of some of those accusations. Today, the drugs come in the country. Now, George Weah time, people were importing drugs, they were arresting it. Now we're exporting the drugs now.
Uh-huh.
So we're going at the advanced stage now. Then we won't find and say, oh no, you can't call the people need now, you'll compromise the investigation, you can't do that, you can't do that. But when those times when it happened, the yardstick was different. So if we play politics with everything, you started from the show, you my in-law. My cousin called me, told me about your show. She asked me to come on the air with you. This. I think I saw which party he. I saw you tell you. I didn't say who he support, what party he with, what. I didn't care. You are Liberian. I owe it to the Liberian people. I come on the air and I talk. But for Liberia, everything is political, and it's hurting us. So until we can depoliticize national issues that have to do with the fabric of our society, we will continue to go backwards. And now what happened with the drugs issue? So today now, what do we say? If somebody want the air now and say they drugs or they cloning, they saw something to another B-man house, I don't even want to before they expel me tomorrow morning. Call one B-man name. You in trouble already. But just 2 years, 3 years ago, was seeing George Weah was taking in Kush. So we just need to stop some of those things and just do what is right. And that's all. I mean, it's a sad thing that yes, Ellington. Look, Ellington, there were drugs. People brought in drugs. They were arrested. There were actions. Joe, we had time people brought in drugs. They were arrested. There were action. So in Baka mission, there will be drugs. There will be action. You can't take one side and say no. They want a good. They want a bad, but it has a C effect. How? That's it. You know.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And that's actually a really good topic there. I think a lot of people willing to listen to that. And that drugs thing, I think, is beyond politics. Our country, you said something about you went overseas and someone saw you and said, oh, that your country, expel our, someone from over there. It's the same thing with drugs. God forbid we start going somewhere and they see, so at a country where the drug passing through, and then it becomes very shameful to all of us. But thank you so much for answering that. I think we'll go to the next person to ask that question, and I think it's Cyrus. Cyrus will have you to ask your question to the senator, and then from there we'll go to the guys to see if we can try to start wrapping up here. We gotta take care of our guests on the kind of first time, so that way the next time our phone is as a senator, we want you to come on our show. It's that show.
No, come on the show. I don't have problem. I like the matter of fact, I like tough interviews.
Yeah.
I'm even talking to you. I'm sharing it. I got some of my friends on the ECOWAS platform that are talking about your show, what it's about, because they don't know much about it. So if you notice me, I even kind of multitasking.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. We really appreciate that. A lot of followers tonight, folks that have not been following us, I can see from the control room here, and it's because you are sharing that. So we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Cyrus, over to you.
Yeah, Senator Snow, thank you for the great deliberation. For me, I admire your lifestyle. You are one of the politicians in our country who is not bitter. It's only that you are even friendly with most of these guys. You call them your friends, and I admire you so much. I will ask you two questions, but I will pack them into one. The first one has to do with the toxic nature of our politics now. And I think I will not miss my word because nobody will suspend me. The only thing people will do, maybe when people for hand out, they will say they can't do it because I can tell them the truth. The issue in the country now, there is no joke about it. The country is toxic. And the people who want us, I don't expect them to be angry as they are, but they are angrier than us. They better everywhere you see them among cost. Every time they're causing people. Even as I'm here, there are people who assume that I can't eat today because I see this shit. So, and I had thought might have his own little problem. President Weah was so kind to President Blanca. He was so kind to him to the extent that he had to even take him to hospital. He had to pay his bill. That's how a leader should be. So with all of the things people can say about we can forgive, we can let things go. He actually did those things for the old man, and it was kind of our democracy. But today you see that President Basi, we have an evil president. To the extent that he wants.
Sorry, your line.
My disappointment is now with President Biden. Malala?
Yeah, it was breaking. You okay now?
You getting me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so I was saying my disappointment is not with President Biden because he's very old. So that's no, your friend Phoebe Kun was helped by the St. John. Yeah, for Phoebe Kun to be senator, I was in Nimba at the time. After I had not traveled, I was in Nimba. For Phoebe Kun to be senator, it was George Weah who made him. Today, VP Kun and Weah are not happy with each other. What role are you playing as a friend to both of them? What role are you playing? Because as they are speaking, their relationship also affects me. Because if I see VP Kun picking there, he follow us in something Weah, I go back as a follower of Wia to insult VP Kun. So now we have to make a decision. So yeah, what role are you playing as our leader, as one of our leaders, who is between the both of them? Either to ask Wia to apologize to Kun, either to ask Kun to apologize to Wia. What role are you playing as our leader?
The only role I can play is to be friends with both of them and let them see me as an example. So I'm not taking sides with any of them. I'm not going to tell Vice President Kuhn that Wia is my friend. So I can't talk to you because you and Wia have a problem. Or I can't go and tell former President Wia say Kuhn is my friend. So because you and Kuhn are speaking, I can't talk. So as I am doing, it's only my hope that they will do the same thing. That, politics is politics. You put it behind us and we move forward. Politics cannot be, we cannot make enemies because of politics. For me, it's the most sensitive thing that anybody can do to make enemies because of politics. Because tomorrow will not be, where's President Todman today? Where is President Joe today? Where is Grady Addison today? Where is Jenkins Scott today? Where is Edward Mosako today? These things, people will come and go. Look, it's like the stage. You come on the stage, you do your part. You can't stay on the stage forever. You go on the football field, you play 90 minutes, the referee add another 10 minutes, and make it 100 minutes. After you will leave the stage. So I can only encourage my friends, whatever hurting the two of them, they can put it behind. Look, the other day I went to see Vice President Kuhn. I stayed at a house, I think for like 3-4 hours at a house. I had to leave from the house 2 o'clock, by 2 o'clock, because I had a 2 o'clock meeting with former President Weah. So I left from Kuhn house straight to Weah house. Unfortunately, I was meeting him right to a place in Jamaica, and Kuhn right to a place there in Greenwashtown. It was short for me. So I can't make anybody my enemy. And I just hope that others will learn how to do it. Let's work together. We don't have to be in the same. People don't have to go to the same church to believe in God. That's how we don't have to be in the same party to believe in democracy. It's sad. It's very, very sad what's happening in our country today. And the president is the father of the nation, not just in status, but even in age. He's in his 80s. So for me, unlike what you said, greater responsibility rests on the head of the president. He's an ambassador. He's a deacon in his church. He's an elderly statesman, and then he's a president and the father of the nation. We want to see a day where President Becker will drive to former President Weah house. Look, in Ghana, I'm very close. I came on Ghana day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I arrived from Brussels on Saturday night. Sunday, I was at President John Mahama house in Ghana. His nephew and myself called Mahama Ayaga, went to his house, went to President Mahama house, stayed there Sunday afternoon with him. Day. Monday, before I left from Ghana, I was to former President Nana Akufo-Addo house. In President Mahama house, there's a picture of him and Nana Akufo laughing. In President Kufuor's house, there's a picture of him and Mama shaking hands, laughing. Sorry. Shaking hands, laughing. So they are rivals, but for the sake of the nation, they work together. And we got to do it in Liberia. President Butler and Bernard Ure were friends up to the time they brought Prince Johnson and Jeremiah on board and they fell off. What wrong so much that they can't make peace today? Look at the CPP. Cummings, Butler, Ure, today. So who has the greater responsibility? The president. He's the father of the nation. He has to make that effort. Even if God gave President Butler another 6 years to be president, one day he will leave the stage, either by age or by political tenure. And he has to now sit down and say, look, I led this country. I was president of this country. When I was president, I unified this country. You can't just say, oh, I built rules. I did this. But if you leave a country with a divided nation, then you have achieved nothing. And I think it's not Jeremiah Kuhn. Yes, Jerry has a responsibility because the future, he has a future. But the president, to whom much is given, much is expected, the president needs to make a deliberate effort to unite this country, because whether we like it or not, Liberia is divided. And for an election that was won with less than 20,000 votes, a lot is required to rebuild this country and unify the country. When election time comes, we split. We'll go our separate ways and we'll fight politically. But in the state of governing the country, Chief, Manaseli got on and say Maria Delhi, let's clean Maria. Everybody attack Manaseli because she said Maria Delhi. Is Maria clean? People that work in Manaseli government that she support, that she sent to school, she gave job to, because they in the other United Party government now, President Becker, and she said Morovia is dirty. It was an offense. They attacked Manaseli, beginning with President Becker. He was the first person who attacked Manaseli in cabinet meeting. And his surrogate went for Manaseli. Why she said Maria Delhi? Then it's comparing it now when you were president, your own. But when she was president, Becker was her vice president. So you can't share the blame with Ellie, they don't carry the vice president. But Manaseli got in trouble because he said Maria Delhi. And the truth is Maria is dirty. So you can't even speak that freely. Chief, don't get problem. It's a serious problem we have. And it's bad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, we know.
Sure,
Go ahead, CEO.
So we know that MPP historically, Senator Snow had a huge president. It has some great, unique history of Nima County. So as it stands now,
Sure, can I speak my last one?
No, last thing we finished.
I saw something with
So so as I was saying, Senator, NPP has a unique relationship history when it comes to Nima County. So I was just asking you here, as it stands now, what's the NPP presence like in Nima County? What's the relationship with the people of Nima as it stands?
So, I've been away from the MPP politics for a while now. And then I got back into the politics. But when I got back into the MPP politics, there was two MPP. There was a side led by Joel Howard Taylor. There was another side led by James Barney.
Mm-hmm.
So I played a very low profile and did a lot of work from the back with George Morba and others. And if you saw a popular picture on Facebook recently with all of us standing, that picture was taken in my house. I hosted a meeting here at my house, and I want to bring the two sides together. And today we are there now in having one NPP.
Mm-hmm.
We're having our first major executive committee meeting next week, July 4th. We're having our major meeting where we'll be actually bringing the party on a one leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Nima and Bond County are the mothers of the NPP.
Right.
And NPP, there can be no NPP or Nima, there can be no NPP or Bond. So even during that period, we asked Chairman George Morba to go to Nima. He was in Nima last week. And he had a small meeting with the NPP leadership in Nima. We're still having problems with the chairman and other things we're trying to resolve. But we have agreed that during the executive committee meeting upcoming, we'll try and resolve all of those standing issues in the party so that we can rebuild the NPP, and then we can decide which alliance we want to form, where we want to go, how we want to do it. But NPP, Nima is having the third vice president today in Liberia because NPP gave Nima two vice presidents. NPP, the sweat and the blood of the NPP were reaching this from Nima County. If there you go, the woman got pregnant in Nima, then she went Bon County, she delivered there. When she was 8 months pregnant, she went to Bon County, she delivered there.
Mm-hmm.
So NPP is Nima. You can't take it from Nima. And if there's any county that we focus on in rebuilding and re-strengthening, will first be Nima before anywhere else. And of course, from there, we can continue our work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Amma, I think it's over to you. Ask your question, and then we'll go to Siawete, and then
Thank you, CEO. I love the way the senator then chose July 4th, my birthday, to have such a visit. We know that will be very much successful. Senator Snow is a very good unifier. He knows how to work around and to bring people together politically. That is something that I know of. Even his opposition, we live right here in the district. Men who used to disagree with him would know how he can wrap around, how he can press on to man and to get to us. So he know how to maneuver the way to get at all sides in politics. This is one of the things he will be a very, very, very good running mate to any presidential candidate in 2029 if they want to.
You pushing the
Having
senator. You want to set the senator for the running mate thing, huh?
having said that, CEO, I'm a very strong star and a major voice in the Congress for Democratic Change. So there are many conversations in the corridor. So Snow is not out of this conversation.
Okay.
Having said that, on our Snow, you are in the legislature. You are still in the legislature. You were in the legislature when the Liberia Judge Enforcement Bill was passed and even revisited. Today we have a major job issues of 19 million. The police have taken over it. The investigation is now with the LDEA. The LDEA, some folks there, the only thing they don't want to talk because some of them feel their recommendations came from the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police. If they speak publicly, there will be questions. But you are a senator. The just issue should be handled by the Liberia National Police as it is today, or by the Liberia Just Enforcement Agency. Is that not overlapping of functions? Is that not worrisome for our country? Institution that is paid taxpayer money, bosses are paid taxpayer money, but they cannot be given the chance for them to perform their duties. And we are not hearing that just few people who spoke on it, they said the issue have been all this investigation. What say you as the senator of Bomi County and also experienced lawmaker in the Equas region? Why is the LDEA not in charge of the investigation, but the Liberia National Police? Thank you.
I think
What say
you're
you,
wrong.
Senator?
I think the investigation is a national security investigation from what I heard. I think the Joint Security is investigating, which includes the LDA as a lead, or the Justice Ministry as a lead, and LDA police and all of that. But I think that's what I heard. But the truth is also, I think the way the investigation has been handled regarding these drugs, personally, it leaves me with more questions than answers. Even the suspension from NOCA, you suspend somebody and say, we suspend you, but it mean you're guilty. When you come, you finish, you come out to work. Like you pacifying the man not to talk. Like, I mean, we just tell you to go sit
Yeah,
down. Don't talk plenty. Don't worry. When you finish, you come out to work. If you look at the whole release, it leaves more
yeah,
questions than answers. The airport is a national security installation. The national airport is a national security installation. That's why you go to airport, it's not see military people there at the airport because it's a national security installation. You caught drugs at the airport. Then DEA say they're going to the court to go get subpoena from the court to look at the camera to the airport. It leaves more questions than answers. But I hope the end of the day will be truthful to ourselves. And everyone that involved with this drug issue will get to know their name because I think it's bigger than just a screener to the airport and the taxi driver that have been arrested. It's more than that. And that's my personal view on this.
Thank you. And can you guys hear me?
You can
Yes,
hear you
sir.
now.
I thought someone. Look at someone. You can't unmute your guys because okay. Anyway, so our host in the back there trying to control too, so it's hard to tell who's controlling what. But yeah, thank you so much. We definitely need answers to the question of the drugs things. Senator Snow, I think with you and everyone else around the world in Liberia, we know that that's a very serious thing that everyone needs to pay attention to, void of politics. And I hope that investigator and the government will take this seriously and make sure that it doesn't happen. We'll put stop to it. So, Mr. Gonglo, we'll ask you for your last question. We are trying to wrap up here to see if we can get our guests out. I think the guest wants to go and watch the Brazil game. I can tell from his posture. So we have to let him go here. So your question from there will go to the other two
Yeah,
guys.
I'm going to go back to my first question. So I know the senator answered it, but I still want to put you in a little bit. So Senator Snow, um, let's say we have President and Vice President Snow today. A senior government official in the government comes to your office and complain another senior government official and say, "Hey, I bribed this other minister in order to do something for me." You know, it doesn't have to say I bribe. I gave money to facilitate him to do something for me. And the money he's talking about is far beyond what you ought to pay for license, because nobody pay $145,000 for license. I want to just pick your opinion on this, because you as vice president, I want to put you a little bit on this. Even if the other minister in denial, what will you say to that minister, that other senior government official who is voluntarily telling you that I did this to the other minister? What will you say?
Big brother, allow me to call you big brother. I will assume that you're my big brother. Let's be fair. Bribery, like I said, is wrong. It's a crime. But if you are quoting the show last night, where Raymond Pierce spoke and he said a lot last night, Stanton Waterspoon said somebody told him that Raymond Pierce took bribe from Sekou Douklé from the port. Sekou did not speak. Raymond Pierce said it's not true. Stanton said the call was made by the vice president on speakerphone. The vice president did not acknowledge it, he did not agree. Matter of fact, the vice president spoke in Nima today. He said any child, son or daughter from Nima that slapped the ear, say you should the other ear, he will not respond. So it means he will not talk. So the vice president ain't talking. Sekou Douklé ain't talking. Women pay say it's not true. The only person that talking last night and say that true that Stanton Waterspoon in America. So Chief, who will catch now?
But Senator Snow,
Uh-huh.
Senator Snow,
Senior,
let me
tell
let me
you.
add to you, Mr. Kilabo, let me add to you. Wilmore attested to the call made by the vice president.
Yeah, but not the
According to
content of the
Wilmore.
call. But not the
Yeah, the
content.
content of the call
The
was,
content.
I gave money to Wilmore.
But the issue the issue we're talking about is the content of the call.
Yeah, so
But
the content of the call was, I gave money to Wilmore. That's what the call, that's what woman attested to. So
But
according to
woman,
Wilmore, he needed to meet his accuser.
said it's not true. He had to face his accuser.
Yes.
So a
well,
woman
no.
had
So,
said
so,
last
so,
night.
so, Senator,
Yes, sir.
Senator, let me help you on this. I listened to that show. All of us watch it. But I'm not saying my knowledge is more than yours, but we all watch it. Here is what happened. After Wilmore lost his job, according to Wilmore's story, the vice president invited him to his house along with all of Nima citizens so he can explain why Wilmore Pierre lost his job. Wilmore said he was angry when that happened, because it was after the fact that he was now confronted with this thing before he lost his job. It's coming after he has lost his job. So he said he didn't want to admit it. So Stanton kept pushing him by, and he said yes, he made a call to someone. Then Stanton said push him by. He came by and said yes. He made a call and he put a phone on speaker, and Sekou Douklé was admitting to him
No,
what
he,
he
he,
said.
he, he
So
didn't say that.
he said when that was happening, he said to the vice president, "This is unfair to me that you call me here and call someone to then interrogate me. It was unfair." This was a line of conversation.
In
So
NFC country, Sekou Douklé must be facing
my
investigation in
question to
court
you,
right now.
Senator Snow is vice president of Liberia. Hypothetically, another senior government official is
Yeah, we all
admitting
are
to you.
seeing. Yeah, but we want to read that. So we all are seeing. We listened to the show last night.
Yeah.
Did women admit to it?
No, he did not.
He did not.
But Sekou Douklé admitted to it to the vice president.
No, but I tell him, Did Sekou Dugbe come on the show last night to admit to it? He did not. Did the vice president come on the show last night to say, yes, I placed the call and this is what happened? No, he did not. So the only person who said it last night was Stanton Waterspoon. Yes, women said there was a call made, but he told the vice president for that to happen, he had to confront women. He had to see Sekou in the face. It will not be through a telephone call. He did not explain the content of the call or admitting to the content of the call. So it's we all know what you're talking about. We all know where you're coming from, and it's wrong. But can it really stand up in court? If you were to go to court today, it'll be hearsay. There's no factual evidence. There's no evidence you have, strong evidence, hardcore evidence that you can prosecute anybody on this for. Because all they do go, Fabric and tell, go on, and can go to the court to testify and say, I never made any call with women that was Sekou. Sekou can go and say, I never gave women any money or offer money. Women go and say, well, Sekou never gave me money. So where's the case? So it wouldn't be what Senator Waterspoon said.
Senator Snow, I think what my expectation is, I'm not putting answer in your mouth, but as Vice President Senator Vice President Snow, I would rather say, hey, Sekou Dugbe, as a senior government official, we are fighting corruption. What you just saying to me as a complaint against another minister is an act of corruption.
But that's hypothetical. That's hypothetical.
I would rather take that step.
So Chief, that is if it happened. But why the Vice
President
can't say
we have to move on now.
Senator Snow will know Liberia. If it didn't happen, it would not be all over the place.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gongo. Thank you. And to further clarify that, when Stanton pushed Chairman Pay about the call, he said, yeah, he made a call, but I don't remember. I didn't even understand what he said in the call.
Yes.
So that's what happened. So he never even agreed to the content. He didn't even admit that. So let's clarify that.
That's
so
true.
Thank you so much. Yeah, he said he never even understood what the man said. That's what he said on the show. So thank you so much for that. We will go to Sevite, ask your one question, and then we will close up with the Tabata ambassador here, so we can take leave of our guests.
Thank you, CEO, and thanks to Senator Snow for the conversation. That shows how experienced he is as a leader and over a period of time, because I'm glad that he's not really dragging into our Nima politics. He's speaking as a leader, because many times people come to platform, they don't face.
When you say Nima politics, what do you mean?
Yeah, because the thing is, Honorable appeared last night on Spoon. He made those revelations, but people keep dragging the vice president into things that is not ready. We got guests, we got things to focus on, but you leave the topic and dragging it up. Senator Snow is not the person to answer to that question. So that was on the main thing tonight. Yeah. So Senator Snow, I've followed you, and you have led the ECOWAS delegation for a few years now, and ECOWAS being the regional body, your role play. I'm one of your ardent followers, representing the regional body on other missions like election, observing, most of the things that you named today. And I know when you guys are going back to session, you may report on situations in your country, developing situation, whether, what the challenges and, positive development as well. But few months ago, I followed this conversation about report that you made, to ECOWAS. But then a lawmaker from one of the West African countries raised the argument about other situations that was in the country and was not raised. So I wanted to know from you as chair or head of delegation, how do report being made from our side or the country in giving update to the regional body regarding development and other things regarding our country?
I think he answered that question earlier today.
Oh, he answered?
Yeah, he answered.
He came to church late.
Yeah, you can raise some.
Okay, then I'll replace that
Yeah,
question.
well, different
No
question.
problem.
Answer that
I'll,
question.
I'll
Who mute? Why mute the man?
yeah. So yeah, Senator Snow, sorry. I didn't know that someone asked that question. I'm very sorry. My last question tonight is I know you are one of the major players in the current, political arena. And I know you have gone through the ladder from being a representative even to the speaker and national senator. That everyone call the host of Edel. Now one of the key stakeholders in our country, and you be a member of the NPP. What do you have any ambition, tomorrow, contesting for the presidency? Or what's your next political step?
So in my politics, I take it one day at a time. As I am today, in June of 2026, my ambition is to serve the people of Bombay County to the best of my ability. At the appropriate time, we make other decisions. But as I stand today, there's no, you see, earlier before 2020, I had ambition. Jeremiah Kuhn and myself were planning to run as president and vice president in 2029. And the man
Breaking
overtook
news.
me. No, not breaking news. He said it before. It's an old story. Even Jeremiah Kuhn went on the air and said it. But then he overtook me, went on the other side, he vice president there. So now when he called me, he still called me president. I said, he called me president, don't put me in trouble. You power me already. We laugh about it. So immediately, with the immediate future, rather, there are no plans outside the legislature yet that I know of. As you know, nobody can campaign to be vice president. Somebody will call you and say, come be my vice president. Nobody has made that offer to me. I don't have any immediate plans of running as president. But I know I want to remain in the Liberian political limelight and to continue to serve my people. So whichever capacity I can serve in, whether I'm offered to join a ticket or I remain to contest as a senator, I will do one of the two, but I want to remain in politics.
Could you realign with the ruling party if you are called to be running mate?
It's and I will say this to you, it's much easier for me to align with the CDC than the United Party.
So,
Thank you. Thank you.
Down in the business plan.
All right. Thank you so much for that.
Much easier doesn't negate the fact that he can realign.
That's why I said realign. I don't know why the guy's clapping.
Yeah, I don't know why
Anything
he's
can happen
clapping.
in politics. I don't know why it's so.
CDC, United Party, man, you're not coming campaign on our platform. Yeah, thank you. Let me answer the question.
It's a reflection of the country.
You can see.
They should pay that purchase, man.
Thank you so much. Tabitha Ambassador, my man, you the last, ask your question, and then we'll try to take leave of our guests.
Oh, thank you, Senator Snow. Once again, I know they use the word ambassador, but my name is Chris City. I've been to your office.
Nobody tell you to
I
change
mean,
your
no,
name.
not
to
about
Liberia.
your name on it. Something, yeah, your name here at
So-
Tabitha Ambassador, man.
Yeah, let me ask my question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Senator. So you spoke lengthily and follow you closely when you were explaining on some of these things, challenges that we are faced with, our Liberians, especially in our political setting. And my attention has been drawn to the educational sector. Recently, after the deputy minister appeared before you guys at the Senate. I come from a very small town in Nimba, and they have only one public school in our place. I think we're just two government teachers. And every year, you look at the budget, institution or ministry that carry the highest budget, one is the education ministry. And you look across the country, students go to school, no teacher in the classroom. Maybe one teacher teaching from first grade to sixth grade, the other one teaching from sixth grade to ninth grade or whatsoever. As a senator, a Liberian who wants for the young people future to be built on a solid foundation. Because I listen when you're questioning the data minister of education. Do you guys have any plan? When I say plan to hold the education ministry feet to fire, that the budget you guys are approving or being given to reach across the various districts or institutions for the child in Nimba to have better education compared to the one in Monrovia. The child that goes to the government school in Loguatu should be compared to the child going to government school in Monrovia on equal level. Senator, do you guys sit and observe and take any decision on this? That's my question. Thank you.
You're right. And yesterday was a tough day. Even me as especially as for example, they're doing recruitment of volunteer teachers on the payroll. And I was looking at this yesterday. The entire bombing, I think they had like 34 or something like. And they have more volunteer teachers on the payroll in Foya district than the entire bombing county yesterday. And I'm not singling Foya up because of just politics, but I'm singling Foya up because the action of the Ministry of Education. If you get, because I'm sure the president comes from Foya, so you go to Foya and ask anybody who won't be volunteer teacher, you put on the payroll. But you have another county that got 5 districts, 5 administrative districts, and they get less teachers you added on the payroll than just one district. So my position to the Ministry of Education, do not politicize the education system. Be holistic, be broad, do it right. And in this day and age in Liberia that we're still having schools with just one teacher, 2 teachers, no textbooks, no bench, no capable. It's a mockery to all of us, including me, who's a senator who's been in the legislature for many years. I'm not exempting myself. We are responsible. And we have to do better. That's why I'm saying, look, we need to be a country like Liberia today. If our President Boyka and his age and everything, you will say to us, I want to be remembered for 2 things as president. Just come and say, I want to remember at least 2 things. That everything else, you say, okay, I'll try here, but these 2 things then, I will win. If you say, okay, you adapt education and reconciliation. Because our biggest problem today is education. I tell a lot of people, I was fortunate right after the war, right after high school, the war came, and I saw myself climbing up one ladder. I became Speaker of the House. I became LFA president. I became managing director of LPRC, all the different titles. But I did not have a formal education. I'm not going to college. And I realized that all of those things that I'm having, if I cannot show my credentials with a formal education, it means nothing. It's vanity. And I took the hard decision to walk from Capitol Building across the road to LU. Supposed to be under the Palawa Hall, mugging me when I go into class. Supposed to come the platform, LU came already at the platform, the candidate to see it, if I actually writing. And I bowed my head in pride, lifted my head in pride. And I went, I graduated, did my undergrad. I didn't stop there. I was so amazed about what I did. I continued and did my master's. Today, nobody can kind of say, man, go to school. So until we can make a deliberate attention, pay deliberate attention to the education sector in Liberia, where I mean, Pogado, like my brother who was in Rwanda. You know, many Liberians in Rwanda, someone they can't even afford it. But because they want greener pasture, they want better education, they are there struggling. It's not easy there. Today, I got 4 students from Bombing in India on my scholarship. I got students other places around Moreover on my scholarship. So education is not an easy venture. But if we can boast of educating our people in this country, investing in the school system, in the education system, we will not go wrong. Every time village you go into today, the man who got the boy who got pem the motorbike there is a king in the town. He get all the getting. He get, you know, you go to some town and go camping, the older than tell you the 13-year-old daughter then, oh, I will not hold my grandchild before I die. everybody want to see their children with baby. They want to do this. So we got to make it a deliberate thing for education in this country. And until we can do that, everything else will just be playing around. We'll be playing around. There are areas you go, you see somebody in the 6th grade teaching in the 5th grade in the school. How? So, I mean, and this is not unique to any particular
That's true. That's
government.
true.
It's all of us, all our responsibility, including me sitting on the show talking about it. It's everyone our responsibility, and we need to do better.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Senator. Thank
Alvin,
you so much.
the senator touched on a very important issue: education. Since I'm one of the educators from Liberia, can I just speak for 1 minute on this? You
Okay,
know,
just 1 minute. We'll
Sen-
give you 1 minute
yeah,
so we can get
Senator
our
Snow,
guest.
you struck a very important point. I think one of the mistakes our leaders make, including the legislature, they don't push the executive. The executive does not have priority. Like you said, in every country, our leaders might have a vision and set a vision. Japan and China in the 60s, and they set a vision that they wanted to be like the United States. And they sent students here to study. They sent, their educator to study why American economy was growing. And Japan identified that in every country you need technical education, math, technology, and what have you. So Japan decided as a nation to deliberately invest in STEM education. That is science, technology, uh, um, um, mathematics, engineering, and
STEM.
mathematics. They decided to invest in. Today, Japan is at the top of the RT world. Today, China is at the top of the RT world. Even in the United States today, when you see the US robotic teams that go compete internationally, they are all Asians representing the United States. They have taken over science and technology. You go to American University campus, you think you are in Asia.
Thank you. Your 1 minute.
Until
Your
that
one
government
minute.
makes that decision
Mhm.
and start training people in sociology and all the other stuff, we'll just be talking politics because no politics does not develop the country.
Thank
We have
you.
to invest in the technical education.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Honorable Senator Edwin Snow, want to say thank you on behalf of this platform, and I know all my panelists here will agree with me. We are really appreciative of your appearance. Uh, we hope and pray that you are not you'll be like a man of most ability who comes on here. He comes on here every month. He's one of our regulars, so we hope that you will
That's good.
also take that offer to be one of
What's
our
about Ty? Ty come on sometime too.
Ty can come here all the time. Ty was here not too long ago. Ty comes
He's
here.
a
Senator
fine.
Koga,
Ty
Senator
is a
Koga
Ty.
comes here.
Ty is a fine gentleman.
So yeah, so we hope that you come and be part of this platform as well. Before we let you go, usually we allow our guests to give us their parting statement. Recently, I saw a post from you where you were laughing at, or you were making recommendation to your man Musa Ability when his G wagon got stuck in the water there in Vietnam, and you told him, say you hope that when he becomes president, that should be his number one priority. So if you were to become president, would you make that your number one priority? You can ask that to your party comment. And then lastly, what's your prediction for the World Cup? Who do you think is going to win it all?
So if I was to be president, or if I was president of Liberia,
Uh-huh.
I will 100% invest in education. Until a nation is educated,
Uh-huh.
they will continue to have identity crisis because you can't find yourself. Everywhere you go, you think that way you're supposed to be. Everywhere you think that way you're supposed to fit. So we have to invest in education. We have to. So again, I think education is something key that we must pay attention to. In my closing, also, I would just like to thank you for this show. I mean, when my cousin told me about it, and and I started reading a little bit about it, and I spoke to some people from Nima, I was very impressed. And even just the time you are taking, to educate people, inform people, widely spread in the county, I think it means a lot for our democracy. Again, I would just urge our friends, from the ruling establishment, sometimes, I have somebody, a guy from Nima who worked for me for many years. Now he work in the government. But today he's one of the closest persons to me. And he's my biggest critic. His name is Andy Kwame. Andy Kwame was managing director of PRC. Andy was my special assistant. Andy worked with me for many years. But when I do something wrong, Andy will tell me, Chidi, when I agree with you, you're wrong. He ain't got to do it publicly, but he will call me and he will do it. And sometimes your friends who tell you the truth, the opponent who tell you the truth is more your friend than a friend who flatters you. So I just want to encourage our friends in the government, in the ruling establishment, accept criticism in good faith. It helps. This idea that every critical voice, Amara Conan, there was a time, 2023, when the whole country woke up to wait for Amara Conan to count the radio 3 o'clock in the morning to get result. He was a darling boy of the Unity Party in giving the result. Today, when Amara Conan gave critical view, you see how much comment can come for him. But it's just somebody that wants to be critical of, will give you the right advice. We all know about the Empire new suit. Empire walking butt naked. And his popular telling him, oh, your suit is beautiful. You're wearing a good suit. Only the critics will ever tell you, boy, you don't get on no suit. You butt naked walking in the street. We have to learn how to accept. Look, some of my best friends are people who are critical of me. I laugh with them. I joke with them. I don't even have political opponents. I joke with everybody. I love to joke. That's when I can even get in trouble. I'm a very jovial person. I joke about almost everything. When I leave the Senate and I travel, you are in the Senate, I'll tell you, when I'm in session, they play choir. Oh, my man will miss you. By the time I come, I start joking. Say, oh, hurry on and go back. But every time I go to the hospital, I've never suffered from pressure. My pressure always good because I don't take anything personal. I don't take anything to heart. And we have to be able to just work with people. Everybody can like you. Don't waste your time thinking everybody will like you. But be considerate of everybody. And it will help you. So again, I want to say thanks for your show. To my friend Musa. Musa is one of my closest friends. Musa, George Weah, myself. We come a very, very long way. We're very good friends. And he has presidential ambition. I'm not in his party. I'm not aligned with his ideology, but he's my friend. I respect his decision. And I like him. Because Musa is a very courageous person. Musa would tell you, say he won't be something, and everybody would tell you impossible except Musa. And Musa believe it, he will go for it. So he's a nice person. I like him. He's like a brother to me. I wish him well. If he become president, I will benefit. I will be the president as well because he's my very good friend. Yeah, so I wish him well and I wish everyone well. I wish the people of Nima well. Today is a good show and I like you. I like the because you see, I was talking with Nima. I'll tell you one last thing before I leave you.
Sure.
So I live in Morovia. I like comfort. So I built a nice house. I got everything in my house: basketball, swimming pool, this. And I go to Bomi and open my farm and decided that I shouldn't come to Bomi and miss something that I have in Morovia that I don't have in Bomi. So I got a house in Bomi, almost bigger than my house in Morovia. Everything in my house in Morovia, I put it in my house in Bomi. And I get punished for it. Well, what you man won't prove? You can't beat it, can't beat her in his village. Why you won't prove? And he get no, it's not because you get money, but this is our country. We got to develop every part of this country. We just say, oh, Morovia won't build houses. And that's why I tell you I like Nima. Because you go to Nima and see what you see in Nima. And if everybody was doing it around this country, Liberia will be better than it is today. That's the question Gino asks. We're passing budget. What are we doing? So let's do better. This is our country. This is all we got. There was a time in this country I was unsanctioned for 10 years. I couldn't travel. 10 years. But nobody would ask me to show them paper in Liberia. I was free to travel around Liberia. Today, my sanction lifted. I can go anywhere in the world. I just got an invitation from Oxford University. I just got my British visa today. I'll be speaking at Oxford University next month, do a lecture series on ECOWAS. I went to the US, go around the world. But everywhere you go in the world, you got to come back to Liberia because this is our home. This is all that we get. Nobody can ask you for paper here. Let's build this country together. Let's leave the fuss. Let's leave the war. Let's leave the unnecessary vexation and pressure. And let's work together. And to whom much is given, much is expected. So much is expected of the ruling party to unite this country. And we pray that we can really unite this country so we all can move forward. That's my only advice tonight. And I want to say thanks to you for inviting me to your network. I want to say thanks to the people, the panelists. I think it was not a hostile environment. It was a frank discussion, frank exchanges. And I look forward to further invitations that I will honor. And I hope we can, even though I didn't hear from our brother in the car relaxing, but I hope that next time we can get more from him. I think only one question I was intercepted.
Senator, before you leave, I want to bring something to your attention for you to be thinking about. BKS is building one of the biggest radio stations in Ghana. You are a veteran of building radio station. So any way in your good way that you can tip around to help BKS will be very appreciative. So I just want for me to bring that to your attention for you to be thinking about it, Honorable Senator.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you. That coming for STEM. That for STEM. The Monga Molume.
That STEM position.
That man is my in-law. I had a family mandate to come this show tonight. So whatever he's doing, I put my hand around him, we'll work together. I run a radio station in Bomi, put my FM, and I know the burden in running radio stations. So anyone that owns a radio station will always require help to run a station. Especially when now a government-owned station, you always need help. Whatever we can do in our week, we will do. But in the meantime, please remind me of your July 4th birthday so we can find a birthday gift.
You see that?
Thank you,
Thank you so much, Senator. We appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, big guy. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Senator.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. So, Junior, over to you now. You can take over.
Thank you very much to all of you for being on here tonight. As always, we stay back to have our post-analysis and our parting comment. But again, a lot happened last night while some of you were asleep. So many things went on. But I would love for us to take this break, and when we come back, we'll go to our analysis and our parting comment. If you want to chip in on maybe what happened yesterday, you can do so in your analysis and your parting comment. But let's go for this break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Youth Chairman, who concomitantly is the Vice Chair of the Unity Party. Let me also recognize the presence of some of our distinguished and committed cadres of the party, Honorable Martin Colley. Let me also recognize Honorable Alexander Swa, who is a party stalwart, very committed, and also an assistant minister in government of Monserrado. It's a pleasure to have you. And lastly, but not the least, Comrade National Headquarters. As you are aware, it is our policy to speak on issues only after we have gathered all of the facts, weighed the circumstances, and verified our sources. We never will speak to please anyone. We never will speak to offend anyone. But if what we say hurts anyone or any group, then it is because the adage that the truth hurts is very true. Toward the end,
You are muted. You are muted, Junior.
That was the part I wanted you to hear, and a lot is in our interview. If you want to listen to it, I will send you a copy so that you can listen to it. But I just want to set a premise that this is women pay. This is the woman pay that I know from interviews and stuff. That's the woman pay that spoke last night on Small FM. That's the woman pay that will relay the show. So you can speak to the issue if you want to, but again, Senator Snow did best. He did very well.
Whoever DK been feeding the seaway so that DK lead the process.
So we come in there. So Senator Snow did very best. No comment from my end. He did extremely well, and we appreciate your appearance here tonight. CEO, let's hear from you. After that, we go to DK. DK to we'll keep Siawiti last, and then we'll go to the Tapeta ambassador. We'll go to Mr. Kilebo, veteran, Mafasin, and then Ama. The reason why I'm doing so is because I know Siawiti want to speak to some of those issues that will be displayed by Tapeta ambassador and then Ama. CEO, let's hear you.
Junior, I will suggest something else because since Siawiti is a Jeremiah Combs protege and provocateur, he would rather go first so we can learn.
Yeah, of course.
No, G, let's go in the order. Let's go in the order that we give first, please.
Well, I think we need to.
Mr. Bongo, you always giving the last one. CIT people cannot respond.
No.
Because Sate will respond to me. Sate will respond to me.
So we gotta go. So here's the thing. For Senator Snow, we are not going to talk much about it because he did his thing and he was here. So if you have any issues or any comment, you know it was good that you made it here. Now, I don't know why my stuff turning dark, but to what happened yesterday, I listened to that interview from start to finish. In fact, we have relayed. I don't have anything to say publicly about this. That's one of the things that I want to pass on today. I won't be saying much, but what I do know, what I can say though is, no, there's this saying that says even the tongue and the teeth in the mouth that do sometimes disagree. Families do disagree. Husband and wife disagree. Pastors disagree, and then at the end of the day, they do fix things. So that's how I see it. But I'm going to skip this today. I have no comment on this particular thing that happened when it comes to the appearance of our own big brother with my pay yesterday. Why are you laughing?
No comment. So
No
comment. TK, let's hear you, Chief. You're a Unity partisan. You're a supporter of the Unity Party. Everything that came out last night was about your party. In fact, Nemo was founded because some of the party members want to, dismantle the entire Unity Party according to Chairman Wilmot Pay. All of those things he said. What say you, my chief?
So, Junior, Big Brother Wilmot, Depu, Duna, those are people I know very well. I know their move. I know when they can move, when they can say things, and that interview clip that you are playing, you have played that interview for 5 minutes. They were just going to summarize everything we were going to say about what we must say yesterday. But here's my point. Before Wilmot started yesterday, he said something. He said, I know everything I'm about to say, yes, surrogate will come out.
Wait, let me ask you this question real quick before you continue. Are you in support of Wilmot's statement that he made last night? Those things he said?
I support Wilmot and Kun. I support all of them, 50-50.
Asking whether the statement that he made last night, you are in line with that. Those things he said.
The thing Wilmot said, I didn't approve it. Wilmot spoke what was in your mind. And so I didn't approve it. So whatever he said is what he said.
Do you agree with some of them?
Joe, whether I agree or not, Wilmot said what he said. Even I disagree. That Wilmot's opinion, what do I do? I can't trust it. Yes. Yes, like I said, your question you're asking, I'm like, I don't want to answer you. But Joe, whatever I say, Wilmot has said what he said. So whether you disagree or not, that is what Wilmot planned to say, and he said it. Disagree with him or not, that is Wilmot's opinion. And one person that you can't suppress is that Wilmot. To know any other Nevada that is brave, that didn't hold arm, but is really brave, intellectual, and everything is Wilmot. Joe, and you listen to Women was the only Nibaran that stood before Charter and challenged Charter and said, Charter, I know the same thing that happened between Thomas Kuyumpa is about to happen between you and Ina Dogoli. It didn't take more when Ina Dogoli was killed. So that women is not today women. And the people who respond everything said, the best we can do is to just let sleeping dog lie. People who need to intervene, let them intervene behind the scene and let him be. When women want to challenge, when women roll out his sleeves, like he did to Ellen, and everybody, sooner who are here, is sooner has stayed here to ask about women. Women is brave. Somebody will say, oh, women were with Union Party, and he left Union Party. This everything women say in Union Party before he was kicked out, it came to pass. When Union Party was listening to Costa Tuma, women said the man was sitting in the green grass. What the Costa did to the old man at the end. The only thing I hear that I would suggest to them, he, B brother women and B brother Kun and the rest of it is they need to go, like all of us would say, meet behind the iron curtain and discuss what they need to discuss. If you think by moving women, going after women, we will have more to lose as a country. The two of them are parties of the Unity Party. Whatever disagreement women have, who is the leader of the country, this number two man in the country, call women and talk. I didn't say everything women said yesterday was true, but he said what he said. Will the vice president go defend? He said no. That one main leader. The best he can do is to do that. But to say, oh, that man is a non-entity, that let him be, no. There will be issues. So if I had the ears of the vice president, I'll tell you, no, don't make comment. Call your brother. And the good thing is that two better get women from better get two mother from better. So those people can discuss and have something good to do. In fact, chief of office staff is somebody that way more trained. So it's not something that I think it can be solved. But the only thing is the people who are gaslighting the thing is those surrogates that have nothing to offer to both parties. I will not probably make comment condemning women, condemning VP in this thing. The only thing I can say is VP is a leader. VP is a leader, is the number two man in our country. Call your brother women. Let's talk about it. Somebody said, they said, floor, love, water. Now when it is hot, maybe VP Kun is waiting for the temperament and all the tension to go down to reach out. He's very good at that. So I know he will do that, and I trust him he will do that. That's my only comment. The people who are condemning and praising are the ones who are causing the trouble.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's do the veteran, the due diligence to speak. Then we'll go to Mr. Killable to speak. And then Ama, the Tapeta ambassador, and Sewity will take us home. Veteran, welcome.
Well, thank you. I will touch Senator Snow's deliberation. It was good. He came and he did justice to the discussion. But one of the things I'm happy about from listening to him is the probability that he could make a comeback to support the Unity Party based on the friendship he has with our vice president, which to me is a positive sign for the re-election of the Unity Party comes 2029.
Did he say that?
I'm made to believe that because when the question was asked if his party was to nominate him as a standard bearer, is he willing to go into election should Vice President Kun be on a ticket? His response was quite clear to me to believe that there are possibilities of Honorable Snow making a comeback or realigning with the Unity.
What was his response?
No, there are two popular parties in Liberia is the CDC or the Unity Party, so he will not run. And the second thing to support that was he has special relationship with Vice President Poon. In fact, the two of them have planned before to run together on a ticket, he being the top and the VP being the number two. And according to him, it's good that the VP Christmas came too soon.
Let me interject though. Let me interject that. So I think the special relationship, I think it doesn't add up because he also has special
Where
relationship
in politics,
with one
special
second.
relationship, you can exploit
One second.
personal relationship to your advantage.
Yeah, let me say this now. I agree with you. So, but he has special relationship with George Weah and also with Musa Ability.
And
So
I'm not here to speak for George Weah or Musa Ability. I'm only speaking for the relationship he has with the vice president, which we think we can positively exploit it to our benefit.
no, but then on the platform too, we have to hold you by it because you cannot insinuate what he clearly said.
No, I'm not insinuating. I'm giving my own analysis.
Okay, but he didn't say
So
that.
that can be an insinuation.
He didn't
You
say that.
want to speak for President Weah's friendship or Representative Musa Ability's friendship. And that's not what concerns me. What concerns me is my party and the extra relationship he has with my vice president.
Okay, that's a UP. Go ahead, Chief.
Who? Now, the women's issue, I feel is a delicate issue because we are all from the same county. And those of us who come from Nima, in a way, positively so, we are passionate about having a Nima president in the days of our life in Liberia. It may not be regional or tribal, but for the fact that Nima and Nimbayans over the years have proven to be developmental, backed by the current look of our community, I think a Nima president will kind of set a tune for Liberia's development, or will provide a roadmap that the rest of Liberia can use to grow. So be as it may, to see two, great sons who are very influential, like DK said, I wouldn't want to just sweep women's popularity and influence under the carpet. And one of the things that we are mistaken is that women popularity is not a Nima-based popularity, it cut across, but more so in populous Mosorado County. And so I would want Nima to see, the growing issue and kind of solve it in a very mature way that will defend or protect our unity. Because perhaps when I try to analyze some of the questions that Stanton was asking, especially when you look at the meeting that was held, that Stanton is making reference to, the meeting was held in the vice president's house. And that was the vice president call that women should go with his family, which he did. And whatever that was discussed there, I believe it was discussed in Nima, because symbolically, the vice president's resident is a representation of our county, symbolically. So whatever that was discussed there, it was discussed in good faith. It was not an issue that will be leaked to journalists for which he will be questioned. So in that sense, somebody will sense a betrayal and they will want to take a position and to use it to feed a fight, which I think people should look at it critically from that point of view and start to see how best we can come together. For me personally, I love women, I respect women. I equally so love Vice President Kuhn and respect him. And I see a representation of a generation in his leadership. And a lot of us, we pray to have that kind of figure come from our county. We've prayed to have that kind of representation. But one thing I respect about Vice President Kuhn, problem solving is something that, he knows best, because he comes from a humble background. And his humanity is one thing that has captivated some of us, even in our own personal issues. We will never allow it to override the over good of the county. And one thing that I've looked at in my activities and in my personal conduct, I always reference the full agreement written by Don Michael Reese. One of the full agreement, he says, do not take things personally, because some of the things that can happen can be instantaneous. It can be fueled by instances and happenings, and after that, it's done with. So we all should try to demilitarize our own consciences and take ourselves on this meditant mood or praise-seeking mood that we want to do things at all costs to praise certain people to see us as really supporters who can do anything, especially when it comes to addressing the issues of our country. Well, if you look at Facebook since last year, most of the comments, the negative ones, are from young people from Nima County. And I think it's kind of like a way to fuel the fire that should be quenched, especially at the early stage, to maintain us together as a community. A one vote deduction will not mean well for us. We need all hands on deck, because look at Omer Baka, he's old, and old age comes with a lot of things. Who knows? Something will happen along the way, and we see a representation of our country on the ticket. We will need the generality of the Nimas populations. So wherever there's a smoke, it should be our responsibility to trace it, to quench it, and to make sure that we have united Nima fighting together or fronting together for the common good of his people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Kilabo Gonglo, welcome. Let's hear you, Chief.
Well, I'm not a politician. I've never contested before, so I'm going to be very short. Not like my brother, Mr. David here. Look, guys, there are a few things I want to point out. I don't want to analyze Womo Pay statement, but I think he pointed out a few things. For example, I was really shocked that Stanton really had, and Stanton, I'm very close to him, he really does have the detailed information of what happened at Vice President Kuhn's house. And someone like my first was saying, how that information, it closed those meetings, how did it get to Stanton Witherspoon? I spoke. And everybody knows Stanton connection with Kuhn. Without evidence, I want to assume that it came from Kuhn angle. It will not be Woman Pay giving that information to Stanton Witherspoon on himself, because Stanton admitted last night on the show that he has actually tested Woman Pay a couple of times and Woman did not respond. So obviously, it didn't come from Woman Pay to Stanton. But if you look at that pattern is characteristic. I would take my own sister mother in the Gongwa case. She took her time and went to meet the vice president at his house. He said, I'd like to have a private meeting. The vice president said, okay, but I go sit away from the house, not inside the house, because people can come inside the house. They went outside under the palm tree and just by the fence. And everyone saw the picture. Somebody stood far away and took the picture and then wrote on her head that she has gone to beg for money. It happened in Vice President's house. Woman Pay went to the Vice President's house. Whatever private discussion they were having as Nemayan is on the biggest platform in the country. So for me, that pattern and that trend is just troubling. It makes people to be afraid of the Vice President as Nemayan. Can we talk with him? Because we say something in my land on some media platform. And I hope people see that. The other thing is, I listened to the Vice President. He was in Zikapa today, where I started school in the 80s. Some of the things he said, oh, I'm not going to respond to any member citizen. I think that's been dishonest. You're not going to respond, but if Edwin called him from your office is taking down woman pay in chat room. Please tell me, how far is Ellen Collins from Jeremiah Combe? Let's face reality, and that's political reality. So if I say I'm not going to do something, I'm going to tell my children, nobody should respond to this. And my children will stay put. I'm vice president. I want to stay away from something. I will give instruction to my chief of office staff. No one associated with this office should respond to woman pay. But if I'm not responding,
do you believe in freedom of expression?
Well, I do, but it's not my calling. It is the vice president calling. He's saying he's not going to respond to anyone, right?
But the vice president is a different individual. Edwin Cordon also is a different individual, Chief. You cannot.
So, Gino, saying we are not sitting now in court, but we are talking politics. So, for the loss of power is very clear. You can act indifferent, but you have somebody doing your work for you. The net effect is the same. So
are you insinuating that the vice president is speaking through Edwin Cordon? Is that what you're trying to say?
Over Marcos and others from the office who are attacking woman pay, obviously that's him. That's him.
Okay.
Because he has to rein that in, So, I mean, those are my take from some of the things woman said. And guys, and I will end on this. My first thing, this whole NEMA thing, we gotta unite. Guys, I asked someone today, and I'll ask my first thing this question. And I want you to answer before I conclude.
Okay.
Is Liberia bigger than NEMA, or is NEMA bigger than Liberia?
I think it's not a yes or no question, right?
It's a yes or no question. You can choose. I'm making a statement. Is Liberia
because when we talk
NEMA,
about,
or is NEMA bigger than Liberia?
When we talk about NEMA unity, it doesn't necessarily means all Nimbayans should bury their interest in one political party or individual.
I'm just asking a simple
question. Okay, so resting on that note, or with that explanation, I would say Liberia is bigger than NEMA. NEMA is a part of Liberia.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I agree with you too. Liberia is bigger than everyone, all of us. And if Liberia is not good, but NEMA is good, then Liberia is not good. So our quest should be, this is a country that is the least in West Africa in many respects, and because of the leadership that we have had for generations. So if we want to change the country, it should not be based on tribal, parochial, tribal or regional interests to say, this other country has produced president, it's our time. We should be looking for the best in the country. Visionary leaders that can change. For me, that's what I want to fight for, because I believe Liberia is bigger than everyone. Liberia is bigger than NEMA. If Liberia is good, if Liberia has a visionary leader, the country NEMA will be good. But if NEMA has a visionary leader, Liberia will not be good. That I will end on that.
Thank you very much.
Can I say something to his closing? If NEMA has a visionary leader, then Liberia will not be good. But the point we are making, if NEMA has a visionary leader who is leading Liberia, in a way, Liberia will still be good.
Thank you.
Or if a visionary leader from NEMA is leading Liberia, Liberia will still be good.
We can move on and we'll come back to that. So, Junior, who's next?
Amma, let's hear from you shortly.
1 minute.
You know, when you are having conversation, when you have two teachers in your midst, it can be difficult. So I have to allow the teacher to speak. The student will just be listening. So thank you. CEO, you had a great show. Yesterday, we followed the women. Many people have engaged me. How you call it from my party? After sponsor, you can do, how you call it, overlay, you will do, take major key point. Why women spoke? Because women are attacking Jerry, you have refused to bring your highlight point on your platform. And I've just been confused today. And I sent a message. I think CEO, you saw that message. posted a message in the chat room. NIMBA is has a critical role in what happened last night. If others had taken care, I don't think it should happen. But women is actually angry. Women have been angry for a very long time. Kample and Lule, we are women then were having some close relationship. Women have been angry. He felt he was never treated fine. And the manner of form from day one, when women took on the job, you already stated that the VP actually wanted Martinique Tinkman in the position. And the president wanted Wilmer in the position. So from day one, he and the VP have not been cool. And from where Wilmer came from to be, Unity Party Secretary General and Chairman, he don't have that kind of way that he really need to prove himself to the VP to get protections or to get the job that he needed in the Unity Party. I think that have been the struggle for power have always been there. And women spoke last night. Women spoke from the heart. This is one of the speaking that you see in the entire nation. There are few people in the town that Liberian people believe that whether you like it or not, you tell them say they steal. Liberian people will tell you say you lie on them. Number one, that they won't gonglo. Two, that women pay. Three, that Thomas do now from AI what that women pay you lucky or not. Everybody know that women pay those people then they are just gifted as a gift from God. People just believe that they are straightforward, they are fair you lucky when you're talking about their own gonglo in any negative way at any intellectual center, people can say you lie on their own gonglo. Whether that's true or not. So this is why I'm telling the how you call it, the VP Kun and the MDR folks, you do not have the energy that women have. There's the men that look in Taylor feet. You are not even having room to sleep in good and challenge Taylor. You are talking about the men that expel Eddie Johnson Selly. Ah God. When women ready to fight, Jerry will VP Jerry might be the victim. Let us be sincere. Women can fight. Women can go brutal. And women is a very good planner and strategic. But he spoke some obvious truth. But that, like what I said, if Liberia was a serious country, by today, Sekou Dukle should be in court. Or you admitting to bribing someone, the person refused to do what you told them to do. But today, Dukle should be in court, and people asking for a resignation. Liberia is a serious country, but this is the country that we have. And people just wake up in a blue sky. Oh, Nimba unity. Let everybody in Nimba County be united. But they look at sons and daughters of Nimba County because they are affiliates or they are member of the CDC. Before CDC, the person was Nimba, and because they are member or affiliate, they take them from job. They take them from their position.
Thank you.
Some of who are the victim just to LTA a little position. Simon Wapo, all of those guys then they want all out.
Amen.
The other one, how you call it, the other two were on the platform here this one time. They wanted all out, and some
So
of
why
all.
you didn't accuse him of mail yet?
No, for me, I don't take the thing and personal CEO.
But then you're talking about it though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a fact. The people.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
Should be united.
Thank you, Ali. You got your birthday. You got your birthday planning coming up here with the senator. So your elbow, everything greasy now. You going?
I might spend a birthday in Nimba because we'll be carrying Lafayette Ballet to Camp.
Oh, okay. All right, Chief. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Mr. Tabata, you know, it's funny, Tabata Ambassador, all the Tabata Ambassador, but you saw Senator Snow here today. He trying to make a man to know him personally. Politically, he said, no, they're calling me Tabata Ambassador, and I'm my name Chris City. Yeah. We can hear you. We
Oh,
can hear
change
you.
the many.
That he said, that he said,
Man, say you know better how man.
so now you want to know a real name. So man, they call me Tabata ambassador, but my name is Chris Lee. No, you still sounding low.
Hello, you getting me? Gio, you getting me?
Yeah, I think you are okay now. A
I mean,
bit
okay.
from my end.
Okay, thank you. As I said from the beginning,
You are bad again.
I
Can
mean,
you
check it.
disconnect Bluetooth?
okay, let's put this on frequency.
Chris, are you there? You coming in
I'm not
some
getting
ways.
The Tabata people won't hear your question.
Yeah, remember, I think we're going to jump
Okay.
over. Wait for your,
Yeah,
when you talk, sit with
Chris, you can drop and rejoin. Go off and come on
Let's
back.
say what they close up.
Seventy, let's hear you.
Yeah, CEO, thank you. And thank you, Gian. You know, the show was a good show tonight. Thanks to Senator Snow for his appearance. I know it was his debut, so the conversation was very good. And we hope that he will come soon. There are other things to discuss beyond today. Gian, I know you won position from Nimbains. But for me, like I always say, Nimba is another county. Nima is unique county. If you listen to Senator Snow today, I think every one of us on the platform, we should be proud of ourselves. We should take proud in how people perceive us outside there. I'm speaking as a Nimbayan. I take proud in it everywhere, whether out of Liberia, any part of Africa, and every part of the world you are. When you meet Liberians, the way they perceive you Nimbayan, you take pride in that. I say this to say, Senator Snow, who sat on this platform, he gave a lot of knowledge about his political experience on how he was fought by former President Salif 2-3 times, even up to the court level. But he had to realign. That's why I asked him that question. Do you still have room? And that you could consider the ruling party and working with them in the future. And he did not dispel that. I'm saying to say that we in Nimbayan, I think we need to take a break. I'm saying it publicly on the show. The reason I don't want to speak out to the women issue is women spoke, like Snow said, none of the accused have ever come out to speak. That's his position. What is happening to us as a county, I think the reason why you see, I think people who do population, they will interpret that to us better. But whenever you got too many people converging in one place, I think the issue of divergence, that's another thing. That's why you see today in Nigeria, the people going to war and all of that because the number too much. But everywhere, and that you got something good coming. I think in this literature, they say the tree that has stone, in fact, the tree that has fruit will always receive stone. And one thing I want us to understand is that being a political adversary doesn't mean we are enemies. The reason you see people in Nimba, some people in Nimba will not win election today, and they feel that the losing election is based on the Nima people because they always keep things. And other politicians are not like that. And at Senator Snow, if I'm going to elected role today, I will copy from him. So everybody want to, every discussion we have in Nima, everywhere in the world, we had to. I'm not Senator Honorable Kun. We fought Honorable Kun. Personally, me, I was against Honorable Kun when I was in the Unity Party. In fact, I'm in the Unity Party, yes, in number. But at the end of the day, we had to align because we needed a betterment, for our country. But everything we're having conversation, when it's not even on our own, we have to drag him. We have to drag. So I mean, it's good to have the conversation, but sometimes when we come to the platform, when we have a guest, it's good we stick to the point. But politics is not enemyship. Like Senator Snow said, we will alarm and re-alarm that Gafon can say. So the show was good. What I will conclude on tonight is, like Honorable Kun said today, Vice President Kun said today, he will not speak to it. I know that people brother Marvel Senior DK said he know what better, because all of what we're saying at the end of the day, the person who take the greater responsibility is the vice president. So at the end of the day, we know that the elders of Nimba will have to come in. Look, what happened to Wemo, it really happened to any of us on this platform. We will speak the way Wemo is speaking. Because Wemo fought for what is happening today. Wemo is not a stranger to this government. But the president is the one who's the one who appoint. So once soon money, if you see Mavasin in his dream, he come out, soon money Mavasin is going. So all of these holding and pulling we just see around Nimba, we see other country alarming, you see people that Tomo Faraden, they were better, people dying Lofa. But today they are all re-alarming. Sir Joseph. But today, go to Nima. Nima got I don't know how many opposition every day. But the
So
issue
who do you think the responsibility lies on? Let me
that's
ask
what I'm
you
concluding with. The situation is not only with Honorable Kun, it is the responsibility of everybody. It is the responsibility of everybody. And Senator Kun bear the greater responsibility. That's why today, by evidence, you can see people that do not come back. You see people that Sutawan titles. You see most of these guys. So it's a gradual process. We will not see everybody going the same day. It's not possible. It's a process. For me, I'm not speaking as a spokesperson of Senator Kun, Vice President Kun. I'm speaking as a Nimbain. Vice President Kun may have a role to play. I'm not advocating for him. No, I'm not a spokesperson. But sometimes when you sit and monitor how people just categorize people, because how will Women Pay speak? They want to hold, Vice President Kun. When Women Pay made a position, he was waiting for what his name, Sekou Dukle to appear last night. So sometimes it can sound a little conflicting.
When you say that, it gets bad. So because in all fairness to Chairman Pei, when he implicated a VP from the start of the conversation.
All the conversation last night about the VP.
No, you're not getting my point. I'm saying you're not getting my point. I'm saying the conversation, when we come to conversation of such, I don't know why on a Gonglo is behind the camera, but most time when we're having this conversation, that remain in the confine of the conversation, right? Because if how will Senator Snow speak for Vice President Kun? No, the man spoke last night as Women Pay. Why would you want to prehend for someone who is not even in a picture? The man said he's speaking as a Women Pay on what happened to him from his angle. If you're talking about his dismissal, then that's different thing. But you're linking the man to the 140,000 issue. Yeah. So all these ones, sometimes for me, to be frank, it's good to remain in the limit of the conversation. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Chris, if you are there, you can take us home very shortly. Be brief. I beg you, my brother.
Thank you, John. If you say brief now, I hold you content because you gave my
people.
But however, I will make it sure. No problem. I know you all that will show me.
But you have your time and your network disappointed you.
Yeah.
But Chris should not speak.
Okay, thank you.
Why is he speaking?
I'm listening to, I don't want to go with Snow issue, but I'm listening to my big brother, we were Mavasin or Siawete. And they try to sugarcoat those surrogates of the VP. When people Mavasin spoke, when you talk about young people in Nima posting, I expect the people Mavasin say, you're the partisan. They are attacking women in Nima. They go to the issue. If nobody attacking women in Nima, those are the group. Those are young people who fought Jamaica yesterday. Today they defend Jamaica. I can name 15 of them from the student community. And not
But that's what I said.
attacking one penny, man. And not a CMC and the Unity Party is Jamaican surrogate. Is that a name they want to create? That when you speak your mind, they come after you. When you speak your mind, they insult you. Is that a name they want? It will say you said Nima Unity. Oh, you know what? You do it, Jamaican, right? We had to do a garrison yesterday. No Nima Unity. We won't pay no Nima Unity. But you only be a Jamaican. I don't think you're doing justice to the country. The country our forefathers fought for. I don't think you're doing justice to it. Nima is bigger Jamaican. It's bigger everyone else here. Nima, one of the songs in Nima have been penalized or have been dealt with by their own. I think we had a jacket in the pedigree to speak to a big brother. You've been a student committee, you don't understand that. The way they treated women pay, when I think I've been asked on the show, say what they say, oh, not 2 years yesterday. We won't be a minute last night. That Jamaica will be here. I say on the show. What happened last night? He said it.
Call him VP. Put his VP.
Why should we, you know, how I was saying when you have to do it, Jamaica, do we have elders in demand? Do we have elders in demand?
No, Grace, let's protect the gentleman back here.
Yeah, I'm coming. The reason I'm saying this is when we have the Garrison yesterday, no elder spoke. They kept quiet. Yesterday, we won't pay. There are no elder. But when they speak about Jamaica, the elder should kind of picture. Just away from the process. Because one of the sources Nima have been deal with, they sat down, they allow it to happen. But when they speak and they say, oh, elders, you can't picture, we don't want to see elders. And now the battlefield to continue. That's a fire blaze. Yeah, we must, because for me, I'm a realist. Right? Because we won't pay is the son of Nima. Right? The friend won't be the move. They say, oh, there are no elders yesterday. But we won't talk land there. They all want people elders to come in. No elder come in. The elders sit to what is sit. Then they allow the fire to blaze. Because if they know the importance of these people, they were kind of pictures to stop the thing. But they never. They kept quiet. So we are protecting Jamaica here or protecting Nima. If Jamaica bigger than Nima can say,
I tell you to call him.
that's what I want to tell us today. And one of those say no to it.
That's the man by his title. He's a national leader.
We can listen now to me. We can
Vice President
response.
Honorable Kun. I will be Honorable Kun. It's a cattle. Honorable Kun. So the issue is we will continue to speak this, right? Along won't be removed illegally. There was somebody from Nima him up here. We'll keep speaking it. You have the guys yesterday, you do. We not for Nima you say right here. But today we talk about Jamaica, Honorable Kun. We say, oh, that Nima you be no. And my last point. Let me say this. Along we exist in Nima Timo. We will not be control the better go in one basket. It will never happen. If some people think that Nima should be controlled and better go to be hot to one era, it should be a daydream. It will never work. Because we have our own political ideologies that we believe in. And some ideology we believe in, Honorable Kun is not the direct representation that the young people like us. I will go there if I leave the truth. When they come from a trap, we say it's our own. When a criminal comes from our trap, we say it's our own. When a thief comes from our trap, we say we protect the thief. But we will not be brave to say this man is not qualified to hold our position. And that's why soon enough today will be blend to a process that will set tall. That Kun is not that dealer. That we for Nima, young people, they will look up to. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know you guys are any. Can I make a quick comment or see I will take comment?
No, Chief. I beg you. If we do that, then we'll open a Pandora box for
come back tomorrow, Chief. Come
tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes you can't have a conversation.
Well, I don't want to have a conversation with you. I just wanted to tell you what the question I asked Senator Snow was not all of malice, because for me, it's a national issue. We won't pay some.
No, they're not kind of speak for women. Neither.
Or say I will tell you no. Even Gian will tell you. Everybody here. It was school office. I spoke with Senator Toga. It was school office that was sharing the news that woman told Brad from someone. That's why you were removed. It was school office. I was told that. So don't pretend about this. Because
Thank you.
Called Senator Koga and told him to go talk to Woman Pay. And Senator Koga even explained this to me. So let's face the fact. That's why I got Woman angry. Because he was first removed before he started hearing these rumors. He was now confronted to say, did you do this? For him to respond. That's some of the things that got him angry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, it has been a wonderful show. Wema said a lot last night. One of the things that stood up to me was the vice president calling him to tell his wife to shield a DOCO per academic fraud. That's very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Any other sound political person will not keep DOCO by around political cycle.
But
I don't believe.
that's allegation though. So that's from women's side. So we can't confirm that.
But why is DOS still around the VP cycle? DOS is an academic fraud. We cannot disown that. Why is DOS still around the VP cycle? If we want to build a better NEMA, we need to educate the people.
Yeah, I disagree with you because you can bring DOS on your platform too.
No, bring it down my platform. It doesn't mean that.
But DOS is a statement,
No. So what I'm saying. So why the VP?
What do you mean?
If you can bring on your platform.
The issue is still on investigation.
What?
So, anyways, it has been a wonderful show. We hope to see you guys tomorrow. We'll be hosting July President.
No way, dog can count the show. Mr. Gonglo can say anything. The only question you can go ask is, I didn't make you to go miss Tue. The man can count the show. You can say.